same energy. Work on being better when I'm 70. Your drip is just a water spring. You know I drip different, just the 7 C's. I deal with life different, make that lemon squeeze. Went off for my style and identity. Better bounce back and get the cheddar cheese. I guess that's why they envy me. On track, now we gon' way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Way up, pray up. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. I got his band like I'm Barry Bonds. Running through the money, but the money's long. I don't love it, but I need it, keep it coming on. Only friendly, me and friends, we don't get along. I put that on my name, that I put them on. I put myself on stage and say sing along. I might book a session, do 100 songs. I'ma let you hear them just to prove you wrong. On track, now we gon' way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Pray up. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. Pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up. Ooh, I've been on the flex since flex on. Neighborhood all in your eardrums. I ain't never scared like Bone Crush. Boy, I got God, don't fear none. My line busy, take no calls. Feels like I don't have no flaws. Snakes in the grass, cut those off. Yo, squad shady, my bros raw. No breaks, we go. Throw shade, that's a no. Go high, go low. Like spinning in a 644. Cash money like 504. Ball like AD24. No sleep, need more. Pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up. Ooh, I'm a real one, my day ones. Try to speak up, can't say none. Try to dig dirt, there ain't none. I make the money that save up. 10, 80, my save ones. Take it to the top on the baseline. New car, race on. Fast lane, pace on. With the booyah, that's a flex. Non-human, I ain't from another planet. I'ma teleport, might vanish. I'ma wake up, do damage. Drawing number 7, East Bordeaux. Working all night, need more though. I remember nights I was poor though. Pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up. Go beast, oh no, I go beast. Go deep, I OD, oh no, I OD. Apply pressure, put heat, oh no. Put that 500 degrees, oh no. 500 degrees. Go dummy, go beast, oh no, I go beast. Go deep, I OD, oh no, I OD. Apply pressure, put heat, oh no. Put that 500 degrees, oh no. 500 degrees. Countdown levitate. Going up, elevate. Watch me demonstrate. On time, never late. I grind, celebrate. No pump, fake, hesitate. I've been scoring every day. Champagne, Perrier. Since 9-3, been in the box, now stepping up to home. Like straight out the sandlot, now I'm plotting on the globe. I work hard, I show love, that karma steady growing. Got this far, I go hard, let God take control. I was starving skinny, now my weight up, got no energy for haters. See you trying, see you later. I'm shooting for the stars, need no laser beam, blowing like the greatest, but it's one who's always greater. Go dummy, go beast on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them. Apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 degrees on them. 500 degrees. Go dummy, go beast on them. I go beast. Go deep, I OD on them. Apply pressure, put heat on them. Put that 500 degrees on them. 500 degrees. Smell good, skin clear. This here my year. Hey, look up here. This here my tier. Same fit 4 days. I grind 4 ways. I play games. All me, no blame.
Yo.
My own wave can't stop my
What is up? Good people, what is up? Good to see y'all once again. Shout out to the old subscribers, new subscribers, those who follow, those who love, those who hate. Welcome in. Y'all sit down and get situated. Y'all get situated. Cut that off. Because tonight, ladies and gentlemen, tonight is a celebration. We have won. Passport Bros, black men who travel blue book gentlemen have won. Tonight is a conquest, and today is a victory lap, and we are demonstrating our conquest. It's come to my attention that more and more men are getting their passports. More and more men are talking about traveling. Even one of the OGs of the Manosphere, the brother Obsidian, is now referring to himself as a blue book gentleman. This campaign has been a long and arduous battle, but the culture war is over. Passport Bros have won. Shout out to black men who have been traveling, making moves out here in these streets. Brothers, who have been fighting a long, hard fight for so long. It's over now. You can put your swords down. You can put down your shields. And it's time for us to understand that we've won. This is over now. It's over. Salute to you, LSST, brother in the chat. I see you representing. I see you, family. Shout out to you. It's over. All right? It's over. We won. Black men traveling. It's even getting more and more rampant. Brothers are now going overseas like it's going out of style. Even on the last trip in my group, BMO, brothers went to Thailand, out there celebrating. And I do believe that the South Africa trip was posted. And I think it may have sold out within a couple weeks. You can say, is my mic on? You can't hear me? Or is my mic low? Is my mic low? He said days. My mic should be fine. Brother BMO said days. He said, is your mic on? Deacon Dave, you may have to turn up your volume. I think everybody else can hear me. Y'all can hear me good? Let me know if I might have to turn my ish up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He said it sounds like a laptop mic. Well, you know how it is, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that might be on your end, cuz. I don't know what to tell you. My mic usually be coming in strong and good, so I don't know what to tell you. But like I said, though, shout out to you, Deacon Dave. Shout out to you. I've seen you in these streets, bro. Sorry if my mic is not as powerful as it may want to be, or may as powerful as you think it should be. But turn up your headphones, turn up your computer. I'm sure I'm coming in strong enough for you, Kim. But like I said, black men are traveling at a high rate. We're getting out here. We're moving around. We're making moves. Okay. And, you know, we got so much flack for being what we call ourselves to be passport bros, travel men, whatever you want to call them. You know what I'm saying? Europe, shout out to the brother Jamel in the chat. Shout out to y'all for tapping in. Shout out, shout out, shout out. Y'all get in here. Get in here. Get in here. Hit that like on the way in. Shout out to Deacon Dave, says your mic on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but the South Africa trip already done sold out, family. Brothers are moving. And it's funny because no matter how hard they wanted to try to stop the movement, it didn't matter. There was always one general left standing, no matter how many soldiers they thought they knocked down. There was always one general who was left standing. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. Okay? We know what we've been through. Case in point, most recently, Amira tried to pose her little last standing attack on us. I think the last coordinated attack against the Passport Bros probably was Amira. She made her little feeble attempt trying to catch a little bit of clout. And ain't nobody said her name but me in the last couple months. Ain't nobody talking about her. You know what I mean? But what was it? What was it? They said, oh, y'all just over there just looking for girls to sleep around with. Y'all not over there looking for wives. Are we not? How many men are over here going over here getting married in these different countries? You know what I mean? You see Pablo, he's out here making moves. If I'm not mistaken, he's dealing with the same woman, Colombian woman he's dealing with, same woman popping up in his videos. All right? You see brothers who are out here making moves. They go way beyond the females. It goes way beyond that. And the criticisms, we fought back on all points. We've stood 10 toes down on all fronts, out here holding it down and representing for black men traveling, not wavering in the face of our enemies, still waving the sword, holding the banner. Passport Bros are victorious, okay? Champions, all right? Campeón. We've done what needed to be done. And the battle is over. The culture war is over. All the Keishas and Bonquishas and all this other ish that's going on in the community, Passport Bros are so far ahead of that, we don't even give a damn anymore. Men who are traveling and forward thinking are just like, yo, when is my next trip? When is my next flight? And that's the only thing brothers who travel are focused on. When is my next flight? When is it time for me to go? When can I, what? Now, you know what? Brothers who ask my advice on stuff, I give them something to take with them when they say, man, you know, I never thought about it like that. And then I tell them, I say, you asked the right question. Because for a lot of people, when they come up asking questions, it's just like, it seems like it takes them forever to get to a point. And it's just like, yeah, you finally asked the right question because you finally started thinking a certain way. You finally started thinking about what is it that I need to do in order to get overseas, in order to have a freedom lifestyle. But what you first have to do is understand that there is a problem in said community and or culture, and understand too that you can also do something about it. For a lot of men, those are high hurdles. For brothers who ain't never been nowhere, never got outside of their neighborhoods or communities or states, you ain't never left, you ain't been nowhere. So you don't have a bird's eye view of what's going on within your so-called community, which is why a lot of these brothers who are stamped down white knights and want to defend everything that's going on in the culture, fine, you can defend it, but guess what? There are a lot more enlightened men who see farther than you do. And I've heard it said before, and even BGS says, like, you know, dealing with men in the manosphere is like herding a bunch of cats, right? And to be completely honest, I believe it to be that, you know, I've heard it before, most of us who are in this mentality are a bunch of Sigmas. We move and go our own way. We're not looking to move in the regular traditional ladder of, gotta stay in the community. We don't believe in the American dream. We think it's a damn lie. And we think the real dream is going out here, blazing your own trail and going out here creating a life and reality wherever you want it to be and dealing with the woman that is going to be best suited to you. We don't believe that it has to be a specific, necessary phenotype. She's got to be black and all this other issue. That's not us. That's not us. So all that pro-black issue talking in the context of pro-black, what modern pro-black means, the reason we're not going, because it means serve the community. It means serve the black woman outside of yourself, prop her up on a pedestal, regardless of what she does, how she attacks you, how she disrespects you, how she may come after you, whatever she does, always prop her up on high, which is why there's a division between men who travel and the pro-black community, because they don't seem to want to recognize that you can't drag a community with you. I'm not trying to drag a community with me over to Thailand, over to Colombia, over to Brazil. I'm not dragging you niggas with me. Fam, either you know about the Golden City or you don't. I don't know what to tell you. Either you know or you don't know. Facts. All right? Facts. Either you know or you don't know. Okay? And if you don't know, I'm not going to beg and plead with you in order for you to go to a place that I can tell you is great. I ain't going to fight you to go. Again, that's a big difference between us and the quote-unquote community. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and knock on your door and evangelize the greatness of traveling overseas if you ain't trying to hear it. Okay? If you ain't trying to hear it, you ain't trying to go, fine. It's all right. It's like King Leonidas up in his speech. I just need a brave 300 and we good. I just need a brave 300 and we good. You other brothers, y'all can stay here. If you find it so great staying in the community, and stay here. Ain't nobody gonna fight you, family. I ain't gonna fight you. If you ask me a question, I'll let you know. All right? But hide your kids, hide your wife, because I'm gonna give it to you real. And if your girl's standing there and you ask me about Brazil, oh yeah, you go. I'm gonna tell you about it. And your girl gonna be like, don't listen to him. No. What's she trying to do? She's trying to save you. She's trying to she's trying to save herself from being single, because she knows what happens when you start listening to men who are telling you about what it's like overseas. And then all of a sudden, the girls that thought you were interested in them are just like, how come he ain't hitting me up no more? How come he ain't being thirsty? How come he's not one of my fans anymore? It's because you value yourself. And that is one of the biggest things about traveling overseas. You have to value yourself in order to do what it takes to go to a new place that you've never been to, a country you've never been in, and go learn a language that you've barely even talked or heard. You have to value yourself as a black man. And one of the main issues in the so-called community is a lot of young men do not value themselves. That's what's missing. And that's what the Black Manosphere, SYSBM, and Passport Bros are all about. It's advocating for black male agency, black men who want to value themselves, black men who want to know that they're better, that they can go above and beyond, and they don't have to settle for the best job in their city, maybe only paying them $50,000 a year. Bruh, you can go IT and make 6 figures and live remote. Live remote. You understand how much money it doesn't take to live in these foreign countries? And you'll be a baller anywhere you go. You can make 6 figures. You can make American big dog money and live in Thailand like a king. But you're so worried about the opinions of, females that don't even care about you, your auntie, your mom, or whatever, your cousin. Like, you got to live your own life, family. Can't none of them live your life for you. Not one of them. Right? So anybody who is not trying to support what it is that you're trying to do or what you got to say, they are a hindrance to what it is that you really want. But then the second question, do you know what you really want? When I talk to a lot of young brothers, right? When I talk to a lot of young brothers, they usually hit this wall called I don't know. They usually hit the I don't know wall. When I ask some of the things that I have said tonight, or when I give them points as to why do you do what it is that you do? Well, because da da da. And when I break that down, it's just like, but that doesn't even make sense. Why do that? I don't know. You don't know. Exactly. You don't know because you're wanting for somebody else to lead you and tell you what it is that you need to do in life. You're not in control. You're not leading yourself. I believe in psychology, they call it self-actualization, right? You're not self-actualized. Now, I understand that takes a process in order for people to get there, but you have to understand the things that you need and what you don't need in life. You got to be able to separate yourself. Do you want to be average? Do you want to be average is the thing that I would ask young men. And then I would tell you that they say, yeah, I want to be average. Guess what? You have now put yourself in position to serve these women here in this country because you want to be average. Why? Because what did Kevin Samuels show you? What is the biggest thing he showed you? These modern women want an above average man, making above average money. When Kevin will break down the stats and tell them, like, most men don't make that. You understand that, right? Exactly. I want what I want. Good. So that would show the world and show men. It will pull hopefully it snatched some men out of their blue pill way of thinking and showed them that, look, you need to go above and beyond. Not for them, for yourself. So you can give yourself the best options. Okay? Create the lifestyle that you want to live. Now, if you want to be average, that's fine. But most guys actually don't want to be average. They are living at the means of what they think is going to get them what they want. But they're too busy serving, they don't realize, or they don't train themselves how to be their own kings, how to be their own lords. Because you're too caught up in trying to serve. Because that's all you've ever known. And then when men like us, men from the Black Manosphere, men, SYSBM, Andrew Tate, by the way, when he says what he says, oh, it's such a shock to your system because your blue pill ass doesn't even know what freedom looks like. And it takes brothers like a Tate or somebody like a Kevin Samuels to yank you up out of that nap. I'm going to tell you what, rest in peace to Kevin Samuels, but if he was still alive, they would be attacking Kevin Samuels the same way that they are attacking Andrew Tate. Don't believe me? What did black women try to do the whole time Kevin Samuels was alive? Attack him, bring him down, destroy his character, call him all kind of names, and then what did they do? Danced when the brother died. And I think there's a lot of black men, when brother Kevin Samuels passed away, got their passports and said enough is enough. There's a lot of brothers who live on the hope strategy. Let me tell you something. Hope is a flawed strategy. Go watch Coach Greg Adams. Hope is a flawed strategy. Oh, I hope. Nah, fam. You need to put your trust in yourself. All right? Trust in yourself. All right? Value yourself. Believe in yourself. Make goals. All right? Create a future. Go to a place where you will be loved and respected. On tonight, I'm going to be showing you some examples of this. Okay? On tonight, I'm going to show y'all what winning looks like. I'm going to motivate you brothers to want to learn some languages. You're going to want to learn about 7 languages. I already said that I want to learn. I want to complete getting good with my Portuguese, learn Spanish. I want Italian. I want Korean, and I want Japanese. Just starting off. Those are 5 languages I want off the rip. Right? Those are languages I want off the rip. One of the keys to success is putting yourself in place, but also understanding that if you make yourself, if you attract, or if you believe that you can have above average things, you just start going for it, you automatically put yourself in above average situations. Just because you changed the way you thought about life. You changed the way that you thought about trying to get things done in this world. Okay? Start wherever you are now. Don't think you can't do it. Ask the questions of what do you need to do. And that's how you get it done. Now then, y'all hit that like. We're about to get into it tonight. You know what I'm saying? Man's LA16 in the building, holding it down. Brother Udon is in the building. Shout out to Udon, cuz. Shout out to you. He said, facts. Shout out to you, son. He said, Trader Man said, I got a shorty. Is he a? I got a South Africa. Oh, I got you. I got a South Africa shorty. I see you. So I did it before. It was a thing. Now she in the States with me. spoiling me rotten. There you go. That's how you do it. Now, I say one thing. There's nothing. Listen, you can. I'll say, because I know that there is people who have, or what we talk about in these streets is about not bringing them back and this and that. I'd advise you to not bring them back, but if you have to, then spend some time with her in her country, right? First, and then understand that statistically, it's still in your favor to have a good marriage, because culturally she's different. Okay, so it's not a shame bringing them back, but ideally try to live in her country. It's just because because what you're doing, you want to get away from the laws and the culture of America. That's what you want to get away from. So, bringing them here, kind of rolling the dice a little bit, even though the odds are still in your favor, but still, I get it. That's why I'm not going to shout a brother down who brings them back. It's all good. See, I still get out when I want to. All right, there you go. Shout out to Simeon Toko's in the building. He said, real talk. Shout out to you, family. He said, we don't need to lead all men. We lead ourselves. Damn right. Damn right. Shout out to you, cuz. And we roll with like-minded men, not folks we had to drag. Indeed. And that's the big thing. My man Simeon said it on point. Like, that's the big thing, bro. We're not in the business of, like, dragging nobody. If you ain't trying to rock, stay where you at. We're not going to beg you. We'll let you know what's up, but we ain't going to beg you. You know what I'm saying? Bro said, please stay. You know what I mean? Let's see what we got. We got Traded Man. He said, IT is a new CDL. Facts. Those witches dancing on his grave was the last straw. Indeed. Calm and collected through the trophy out. Shout out to you, family. Respect. You know what I mean? So on tonight, we're going to give some examples of what winning looks like. All right? This is a victory lap. And I want you brothers to be motivated to see what it looks like for passport bros or men overseas who are winning. Okay? I got a couple examples. And then tonight, I'm going to give y'all a gift. At the end of this, stay tuned to the end. I have a gift for y'all that I promise that you will be able to use. If you give a damn about traveling, stay tight to the end of this video. I got some information I'm going to give. I got a gift I'm going to give for all of y'all. Something that you can take with you and that you will be able to use. Any brothers interested in traveling is going to want this information. Stay tuned, all right? So check this out. First up, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna share this. Okay, yeah, here we go. So this is my man, Guluremi languages. All right. So this brother, he used to play soccer overseas. And he's from Kansas, if I'm not mistaken. He's from Kansas, and brother speaks like 8 languages, I think. 8 languages. Okay. And I want to show y'all what it looks like to be at your highest level. I'm talking the reaction. Okay. What it looks like being successful overseas, the reaction that you get from foreigners, or from when you're a black man going into their house, speaking their language. Okay. The way that people react. My first example I want to give to y'all tonight is my brother. I mean, his name is hard to say. It's Gulu. All right, how about this? G-O-L-U Remi, R-E-M-I, languages. If you want to look him up, all right? Check him out, okay? I'm telling you, this brother motivated me. I might show y'all the video that motivated me as well, but let me show y'all this brother. Check him out. Let's go. Let me know in the chat, make sure y'all can hear it.
Perché non vai in Italia per parlare con gli italiani? Questo dopo il video a New York. New York! New York!
He's in Italy, by the way. He's in Italy. Hold on, just want to move this down real quick so y'all can see better. All right, cool. All right, check. Peep game on my guy right here. Peep game.
Yeah! Ciao bello! Allora, siamo qua a Milano per parlare con gli italiani. Di cosa pensano? Non lo so, di tutto. Andiamo.
Fair use.
Questa è la mia 7ª giornata qua in Italia. Ho imparato l'italiano fuori d'Italia, dopo lo spagnolo e il francese. Voi siete di Milano? Tutti e tre.
Lei viene dalla Sicilia.
Di Sicilia, ok, interessante. Ho delle domande. Come va la vita qua a Milano? Voi andate al liceo o
Vado all'università,
all'università? Ok, cosa studi?
fashion design.
Fashion design, certo, bene, ok, siamo a Milano, fashion.
I'm doing modeling here.
Oh, you're a model in Milan, of course. You're new here though because you don't speak Italian yet.
No.
Are you learning?
Pretty hard language.
It's hard.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Your language is hard.
Yeah, true.
He's my guy. Very good.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Is her native language A, German, B, Danish, C, Dutch, or D, Estonian? Leave your comment right down below and we'll see you right after this commercial break. Somebody get me a coffee.
Prima di tutto, qual è la città più bella in Italia?
Venezia.
Venezia.
Sì, forse
Venezia. Perché Venezia? Perché?
Perché è tutta storica, c'è tanta storia, è veramente bello.
Oh, and by the way, just for those of you who don't believe that black folks exist in, in Italy or any other place, you know what I mean? For those of you brothers who want to believe that, oh man, it's only white women over there, this and that. Well, hey, yeah, it's a sister. There you go. There you go. There you go. She's nice too, boy. Look at her.
Architettura, paesaggio, ambiente, tutto.
Sì, mi piace l'idea che sia fondata sull'acqua. Tipo.
Ah, ok. Cosa fai nella vita?
Ho appena finito, ho dato la maturità ieri, l'orale ieri.
Cosa esattamente?
L'ultimo esame del liceo, l'ho dato ieri.
Ok.
Quindi ho finito.
Allora, qual è la prossima mossa?
L'università.
L'università, dove vuoi diventare cosa?
Ci penso in futuro.
Non sai ancora?
No, purtroppo no, ancora non lo so. Sono una di quelle persone molto indecise, molto in crisi nella vita.
Here with an Arsenal fan. All right, first question. When you guys gonna win the league again?
Oh, very soon. Maybe
What?
next season.
Next season?
Yeah.
It's been how long now?
Oh, more than 10 years.
Cosa vuoi diventare?
Vorrei lavorare nel campo editoriale della moda, quindi comunicazione. E Milano, secondo me, per vivere dipende molto dai gusti. Se ti piace stare sempre in movimento, la vita frenetica è la città giusta. Se sei più inglese.
Ok, entonces hablamos en español. No, ¿por qué no? ¿Me has dicho no? Ok. En français c'est mieux?
Ah oui,
Ah oui, ah tu un peu. Pourquoi?
parce que je parle français.
Pour français? Française.
Oui.
And she speaks French.
Et mon père, il est né ici en Italie.
Si, ok. Alors, mais quelle ville en France?
Paris.
Tu parles pas avec elle, hein?
Elle étudie, mais oui.
Ok. No. Ok. E tu? Tu parli quali lingue?
Pure come loro.
Ah, come?
Sì, siamo nella stessa classe.
Ah, ok, questo è un club, the cool club. Ok. Cosa pensate di queste persone che non parlano l'italiano, che non sanno molto d'Italia,
We
però
started getting into
negli
like
Stati Uniti
asking them about, the culture between, Italians in the States versus Italians in the, native Italy and stuff like this. You start asking them questions. Cuz it's crazy when it comes to the languages. You saw him flip through like Spanish, and then French. Let me actually find one because I was watching one right before where he just flipped through the language like with ease. Let me see if I can find it. I believe it was the last one I was watching right before this. I know y'all can see this. I ain't tripping on it. All right, let me see if I go back to the last video. Is it gonna be it?
Boh.
All right, so this is him out in, in Croatia, and he's just chopping it up with the people, man. Brothers is just chopping it up, cuz. Watch him.
Zaboravio sam, što sam htio reći o Amerikancima. Idemo.
I've been to myself, just me lately. I don't need a lot.
Shout out to the chat. Hit the like. Hit the like.
Me and the fam, few friends ain't playing on speed a lot. And I can't stop.
Obviously, I wanted to take you guys on a quick tour of Croatia. As you guys can see here, this fountain was made in the year 1630. It was the Visigoths. Do you speak English?
No.
You don't speak English?
No, she's speaking. I'm speaking.
You speak English. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm very good. You guys are not from here.
No.
Watch
Wait, can I guess?
Yeah, of course.
Excuse me. Do you guys speak English?
Watch this.
Spanish? Hablo español también. Podemos
Oh.
preguntar, ¿de dónde vienes exactamente?
Yo vivo en Barcelona.
En Barcelona. ¿Eres de Barcelona?
Soy de Brasil.
De Brasil.
Brazil.
No hablo portugués. Todavía no. Pero, ¿qué haces acá?
Vacaciones.
Vacaciones. We're asking Europeans what they think about Americans. I'm American. We're curious. Can you get a gun in Netherlands? If you just wanted to get a gun?
Not legally.
Not legally. So basically you're saying you know how to get a gun illegally.
No, I'm not saying that.
What's your name?
Edin, my name is Edin.
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 Edin. This is Slovenia. It's Bosnia.
Bosne.
Uopće.
Ali ja sam rođen u Bosni, ali sam se doselio u Ljubljanu poslije rata.
Poslije rata. Ok. I kako je život tamo u Ljubljani?
Pa nije loše, lijepa je, Ljubljana je lijepa. Ja, lijepa.
Bio sam tamo, da. Mislim da je dobro. Ok. You are from Europe.
Cuz just flipping through
Which
languages.
is what I was
like
gonna
it's
say if you were not from Europe. You're from South America.
Yes.
You're from Peru.
No.
No, you're from. That's obviously because you're Argentinian.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think America's really like?
I don't know, but I heard about obesity, for example.
Oh.
Calling me fat. I understand. I understand what you're trying to say.
No, you're in.
No, we do have an issue with obesity. You guys don't have an issue with obesity?
Yeah, we have. We are first in Europe.
¿Dónde eres en Brasil? ¿Cuál ciudad?
Cerca de Brasilia.
Cerca de Brasilia. Ok, fui a Sao Paulo. Estaba jugando un torneo contra Mochimirim, Sao Paulo.
Man,
Se
these
juego
Rocky
fútbol.
languages.
Así que Brasil va a ganar la Copa Mundial este año. ¿O?
Espero que sí, a ver qué hacen ellos.
Are y'all keeping account of how many languages he's just going through? Are y'all keeping count? How many different flags you seen just pop up in that conversation? This man will just rock through languages, like going anywhere speaking 3 different languages. Like, bruh, he's diabolical. You saw how hard she stopped on the dime when Cuz dropped the fluent Spanish on her. From 1 minute he goes from being a regular American to dropping Spanish on her, and she's Brazilian, by the way. So she already knows 2 languages. Man, let me tell you something. If that don't motivate you,
Neymar se deja de caer.
How are you guys?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. Where are you from?
Nigeria.
I know you're from Nigeria. I've been to USA.
Yeah.
What did you think of USA?
It's okay. I like it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. What about the people? Nice. More friendly than Nigerians or?
In different places you stay, it's different personality.
Very true. East Coast, West Coast.
Yeah. So I love.
Koliko jezika pričaš?
Ja.
Da, ti. Ne ja.
Okay, pričam engleski, ali sad ste me kao
Šta?
onako, pričate hrvatski.
Pa naravno da pričam hrvatski.
Yeah.
Zašto da ne pričam hrvatski? Svi pričaju hrvatski.
Ok, tako kad me, ne znam, onda budem onako malo, inače engleski, njemački, hrvatski, talijanski malo, ali ne puno.
You see the reaction? Her whole vibe changed when old boy started speaking Croatian. Like, yeah, it's nothing. I speak your language too, girl. What's poppin'? She's like, oh, do you? Oh, really, black man? You speak my language. There's more videos of Cuz when he's going through Europe, and I think specifically those, like the Eastern European languages. Like when he's going through speaking Croatian and all this, bruh, you should see the reaction. Yo, there's more reactions, but I just want to give y'all an example. Cuz is cold, bro. He's cold. I got more examples. This is just one. We just get started. This is one example. Let's go.
Učila sam španjolski i francuski, ali to ne
Stvarno? Zašto toliko jezika?
Išla sam u jezičnu gimnaziju.
Stvarno, okay. Warum sprichst du Deutsch?
Uh,
Wie kannst du Deutsch reden? Also sprichst du eigentlich gut oder?
Ein bisschen.
Ein bisschen. Warst du jemals in Deutschland oder?
Nemojte me pitati sad mi onako pred kamerom.
Yeah, caught her lying. Said, oh, you speak German, do you? You didn't know. Yeah, I'm him. I speak them all. Let's go. I'm gonna catch you lying real quick.
Have you been to USA?
No, never.
No, never. Do you have any impressions of Americans?
I don't like him.
Okay, yeah, tell us why. Why?
I don't know, but depends which people. But sometimes they are like, I don't know. How
Arrogant?
Yeah,
Arrogant.
yeah, maybe.
Where in Croatia are you from?
From Varaždin.
Varaždin. Varaždin is like an hour away. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Šta radiš ovdje u Zagrebu?
Studiram.
Studiraš, šta studiraš?
Na...
Ekonomija?
Ne.
A, dobro, svi pitami io, economia,
Cool.
šta studiraš? Una pregunta más. ¿Qué piensas de los americanos? Bueno, en Estados Unidos. ¿Fuiste una vez?
No,
No.
no puedo decir. Tengo familiares ahí, pero no conozco.
Quizás mejor si hablamos en español.
You speak in Spanish?
Claro, claro que sí.
Muy bien.
Claro.
¿Estás trabajando, estudiando?
Viajando.
Viajando.
Yes.
Bueno, pero cuando no estás viajando.
Estudiando.
Estudiando, ¿qué estudias?
Medicina.
Medicina. Ok, entonces.
That boy cold, boy. He said, claro, he'll follow. Claro. Let's go. Let's go. My boy is cold.
Entonces, a doctor. You're going to be a doctor.
Yeah.
En serio.
Yeah.
Estás loco.
I know.
Porque ¿Cuánto más tienes?
Recién empecé la carrera. Me quedan 10 años.
10 años. Suerte. Hablamos contigo.
Now, if you notice, even her dude sitting beside her is now all of a sudden intrigued, like, oh, wow, this is an above average American. I thought you were just some silly Negro talking to my woman on YouTube. No, fam, you see the reaction completely shift when you are speaking not only their language, but you've already demonstrated that you speak the native language in that area and then the language where she's from. She said, I'm from Argentina. And then he just started speaking Spanish on her. He's like, oh, wait a minute, who are you? Like, yes.
Ok. Bueno, ¿y tú qué haces en la vida?
Soy ingeniero.
Now you want to
Ingeniero.
talk. Now you want to talk.
Bueno, ¿y vives en Argentina?
No.
No.
me vine
¿Dónde
a
vives?
vivir En Italia vivo.
In Italia.
He said, what?
Allora, possiamo parlare in italiano.
There we go.
Ma perché? Tu vivi in Italia, però non parli italiano. Com'è possibile?
No, hablemos mejor en español. Me sale mejor, digamos.
Ah, bueno, ok, ovviamente, ok.
So, the Art Academy, I study animated movies.
Animated movies. Ok, jesi napravio neki, jesi radila nešto, mislim.
Well, yeah, I'm still...
You're learning,
Yeah.
but you're a future,
Second year.
second year, but you're a future amazing director. Next.
Maybe. I hope.
What do you mean maybe? 100%. What other languages do you guys speak?
So Dutch, English, a little bit of French and German, but
A little bit of French. And you?
Right, Swedish, a bit of French.
Du pratar svenska.
Look,
So?
Varför pratar du svenska?
Jag har bott i Karlstad för 5 år. I
5 år. I 5 år?
Ja.
Okej.
Hur länge har du bott där?
I 1 år.
Okej, wow.
Ja, bara 1 år.
Okej.
Jag pratar jättemånga språk, så jag pratar på.
Now understand that he said he lived out there for a year. Listen, I don't know if y'all picked it up in the beginning, but Cuz said I was only in Italy for about a week. He speaks fluent Italian. He was only in Italy for a week. I'm gonna tell you something. That goes to the idea that you need to live in a country in order to understand or really get the language. If you're dedicated and you understand how to learn languages, you will learn. Okay? Stay tuned to the end. Like I said, I got something for y'all. Don't even worry. I got something for y'all. Stay tuned to the end. But I just, Cuz is amazing. Let's go.
Ja, svenska, på engelska, på tyska. Also, ihr versteht Deutsch, natürlich.
A little bit.
Ja, aber du sprichst nicht Deutsch. Okay. Ich kann nicht. Oh, why am I speaking German now? I can't speak Dutch yet. Teach me one thing in Dutch before let's let you guys go. How do you say what's up, like in Dutch? Like, what's the coolest way to?
Okay, now also, I want y'all to understand something. When he goes out and he talks to people, okay, if he does not understand their language, because I've seen his videos, when he comes across a language he doesn't understand, he will ask for what is the basic way to say what's up. Okay, that's a clue. That's a clue. He'll ask, what is the basic way you say what's up, and what is the basic response? I want y'all to understand. The mindset of learning multiple languages is not to think one language is hard. It is a formula to understand how polyglots move. Understand, pay attention, that's game. All right? He said, how do you say what's up in your language?
Hey, who is it?
Hey, who is it?
Who is it?
Who is it?
Who is it? Yeah.
Okay, and that's like, hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up? Hey.
What's the answer to that?
Super prima.
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 Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Kind of like
Yeah.
German. They also say prima.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Usually I met nice people, so this is,
Okay.
you know,
So
you attract you.
it's
people
because
that
of how you're dressed and you're meeting nice people. I'm a nice American and you're meeting me.
You seem like
Yes.
nice.
Odakle si ti?
I am from Zagreb.
Zagreb. Okay. Jesi bila u Americi?
No, no.
Where in Nigeria are you from?
I'm from Lagos. I was born in Lagos. Yeah.
Exactly where my dad is from.
Oh, really?
What other languages do you speak?
Yoruba.
You speak Yoruba, and I don't speak Yoruba yet.
If you see any Yoruba person, just say
Baoni. Ah, no. Go bad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kobaje.
Yeah. Kobaje, huh?
Kobaje,
This is
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I
You
know
know-
some small
Or you
things.
say Dada.
Dada. Yeah.
Dada,
It's
I'm
fine.
good, I'm
Yeah.
fine, I'm
Yeah.
fine,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you so much for the interview. Di si bila
Nije
uopće?
došla na red.
A
Da.
dobro, nije došla na red, ali možda jedan dan.
Da,
Ok.
hoće, svakako bi voljela vidjeti.
A di si bila u životu? Ti si bio van Europe?
Svugdje, da, svugdje.
Di ti je najbolje
Južna
mjesto?
Amerika, tak. Pa volim Južnu Ameriku.
Južnu Ameriku?
Da, volim
Ja
Južnu
pričaš španjolski?
Malo.
Podemos hablar en español. Un poco.
Yo comprendo, pero...
poco.
Comprendes, pero no hablas bien.
No hablo
¿Dónde fuiste?
bien. Peru.
Šta si radila tamo?
Bili smo u istraživanju, we were in Amazon forest.
No way. What'd you do?
We were not typical tourists of Machu Picchu and cities.
Oh,
We
Machu
were
Picchu.
exploring jungle.
Okay. Did you try ayahuasca or anything like this? What
Yeah,
tell me
ayahuasca.
about it. Was it good?
It's really some personal, unique experience. I
Really?
don't know.
All right, so y'all get the idea with my brother right here, man. Go check him out. Like I said again, that's Gula Remy Languages. His name is kind of hard to pronounce, but you look him up, you'll find him. Like I said, there's GOLUREMI Languages. Check cuz out. I'm trying to tell y'all, like, and the thing is like most other countries and people, you see how many people spoke more than one language. This is the one thing about us Americans that sets us back. Most, all these different countries, they speak a couple different languages, right? We're like the only country that does not push really to get other people's language, okay? And see that as an example of how brother is moving through these conversations, chopping it up with these different women, these different people, personalities, and the way that the vibe completely shifts when you can communicate with them. And then they smile and they want to ask you a bunch of questions. You're so interesting. Oh my God. What is that demonstrating, ladies and gentlemen? What is being demonstrated when you speak their language? One of the greatest things that's being demonstrated is value. You are demonstrating your value. You're demonstrating how you carry yourself. You're demonstrating what you think of yourself. Okay? You're demonstrating yourself as somebody who can conquer, get things done, overcome. Because not only do you obviously speak English, but now you're an American. It's different for American, Black, and you speak their native and other languages. Go watch my guy. Go watch him. You'll see different videos. Exactly. Producer For Real said high value. You're damn right. Go watch my brother right here. Go watch him. I guess I'm new to the game. He's been out here for a long time. These are the things that don't get talked about in this community that I want them to get talked about. I want more of this type of information to be talked about. I firmly believe in being the change that you want to see. I am going to be that change. Y'all are going to see me moving like this dude. This is an example. This is why I'm giving y'all these examples tonight, is because this is the example of Black men winning. This is winning, okay? This is our victory lap. This is Black men who are in different countries speaking Italian, okay? There are videos of him even in New York, just stopping people on the streets. And people are like, oh, my English not so good. But he'll speak to them and he's like, oh, what language do you speak? He said, Italian, got you. And they'll say German, got you. Dutch, got you. You know what I'm saying? Croatian, got you. You know, Spanish, got you. Right? The only thing right now what he doesn't have is he doesn't have Portuguese yet. There's some other language, Arabic, he's working on that. But just the thing to understand languages, there is a commonality between languages that once you get one and you get a similar one, like for those of you who don't know, like there's called sister languages. So your Italian, Spanish, French, and Portuguese are all kind of in there together, which is why they say you should not learn them simultaneously. You want to learn one, get good with it, and then branch off to another one before you go to a language that are similar. Contrary to popular belief, you don't want to learn similar languages at the same time because you will confuse them. So I would not recommend learning Spanish and Portuguese at the same time, or Spanish and say a French or an Italian at the same time. I recommend you don't do that. But this brother is an example. Okay, he is but one example, and I have another one for y'all tonight. Let's see. I'm gonna show y'all my guy. All right, you're gonna share this tab right here. All right. Next up, we got my brother Tranos. All right, Tranos TV. That's Tranos. All right, TV. Check him out. Go look him up. This was the video that made me a believer. This is a brother. He's from South Africa. All right. Speaking fluent Mandarin. Bruh, I'm even impressed just watching the move through China. All right. I'm gonna run this back a little bit. This is what the dude that you're about to see walk up on him is his homeboy. And the girl that's gonna be there is his friend, and they're about to meet. Okay. Shout out to y'all in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button. Hit the like. Shout out to y'all out here making it pop. You know what I'm saying? Doing the thing. He says, see her smile. Yes, exactly, bro. He said, language opens up all doors. It sure does. You know what I mean? Shout out to y'all. He's awesome. Much respect. Much respect to him. Yeah, go subscribe to his channel. Y'all, these are the things that motivate me as a travel brother. These are the things that motivate me. I'm not worried about, you know, what chick got the fattest ass and all that, bruh. When I can move anywhere and say anything, that's what motivates me. Cause like, yeah, that's gonna be all good and fun when we get there and you know we start. But opening up your door to a wide swath, you know, of options is what it's all about. He said, see her smile. Yeah, she was smiling. Let's see, LXST. Once you learn another language, it's easier to snowball to different connecting languages. Facts. Brother said, dang. He said, LOL. Said, yep. Bro was going crazy. He was getting it in. Yep, that's it. Appreciate you, Simeon. Yeah, y'all go check him out. That's his channel. Go check him out, man. I recommend y'all go over there, like, comment, and subscribe over there on him. Tell him Chris Strongart sent you. Shout out to him. He's cold. He's a legend, and he's from Kansas. He's from Kansas, and he was playing soccer over there in Europe, and he started picking up languages. It's all by design to be trapped in the matrix. Damn right it is. High values what he's demonstrating facts in Europe. They learn the second language or third from an early age. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. All right. So now I want to turn our attention to the brother Tranos. I want y'all to see how he is moving out here in China. Check him out. Fair use, fair use. Shout out to Tranos TV. Yeah, it's Tranos TV, by the way. Tranos TV. Shout out to him. Go over to him, subscribe to him, check him out, and watch how he moves.
怎么跑到家里来了？
终于，我在这里等你啊。
哦，怎么样？今天不直播吗？
我播了一会上了。
So just to catch y'all up, by the way, he's a student out there at one of the universities. I can't remember the name of it. I think it's Huang something. Student out there, and he's been out there for about 4 or 5 years. And he said he didn't speak a lick of it before he got there. So there you go.
这个是我朋友，这是我朋友。
哦，你朋友。
美女的，对。
Hello，
你会说
普通话说的比你还好。
啊，我也觉得。你介意录个镜吗？
可以的。
你是啊？可不可以来？
哦，还。
哇！
跟他们打个招呼的
啊。
来，跟我家人们打个招呼，哥哥。
Hello 的直播间的朋友们，大家好，晚上好了。我刚才遇到一个这么漂亮的美女，我相信你们应该很希望吃她吧，所以你们就给她点个赞吧，好不好？
哇，家人们，我的爸比我还厉害。
Bruh, pop, bruh, she going ham, bro. She losing it, cuz. Yo, I'm telling you, yo. Let me tell y'all something. The way, yo, this is just one video. Listen, I don't want to like run y'all all night showing y'all a bunch of videos. Check it out. My man's right here. Walks around China like a superstar. You don't believe me? Watch his videos. People just endlessly coming up to him wanting to take pictures. And not just him. I've seen other brothers out there speaking Chinese, Mandarin out there, you know, moving around. You know, brothers tell us, well, it's the average brother walking around. Going out there to their country speaking Mandarin. Let me tell you the reaction. You're going to get tired of taking hands and taking pictures. Everybody's going to want to shake your hand, take a picture. You know, they're going to treat you, bro, you're going to be treated like a celebrity. Like, you thought it was just cap what Stephon Marbury was trying to tell y'all, like, hey, man, it's a whole nother world out here. Let me tell you something. These Chinese girls, they they ready to go, family. We'll keep it like that. I'm just saying, we're going to keep it like that. They're very happy to see the brothers come through, and then on top of that, speaking that language. Very good. It's very good. Let's keep it rocking.
别害羞，姐姐你喜欢吗？是我二哥哥，嘿，是我二姐姐。我怎么没有见过你啊，哥哥？
我也是最近才来到
长沙是不？
我也是最近才认识。
哦，
所以
为什么你没有认识我呢？
因为你也没认。
Oh, side note. Does this brother have like the flyest gear on? Does he have like, you know what I'm saying, like big chains? He's got the newest Reeboks on. Like, no, what he's wearing is not even matching. I bet y'all didn't even notice that. What he's wearing doesn't even match. And he's got a do-rag on, just walking around like he just got out of the gym. Okay? And the reaction. Look at the look. Look at the look in her face right now. Look at the look in her face right now. For those of y'all who believe that you need to be wearing the Flash Jordans, you need to be decked out to the nines, you need to be stunting on everybody around you. No, you don't. You wear something fly, something nice, even though, yeah, he kind of dressed down, but still. All right? The way you carry yourself and how you demonstrate your value is going to matter way more. You go out here to these countries, and this is for the brothers who don't believe it. For us who travel, we get it. But for those who don't believe, who think this is all cap, you know, us brothers talking, this brother is just wearing some regular stuff, you know, just moving around. He ain't got no watch, he ain't got no jewelry, just chilling, just being him. She's calling him handsome and all this other stuff, right? I mean, it's just, wait, look, you know what? Let me shut up. I'm going to let it play. Y'all watch, I'm going to let it play.
认识我，所以我们俩就
现在不就认识了，一分生二分熟，对吧？
对，现在认识了嘛，那就好了。
那就好了，那我明天还能遇见你吗？
明天可能要等星期四了，我会来一下子星期四。礼拜四、礼拜六。长沙人。
那你猜一下我是不是长沙人？
口音有点不像长沙人。
听口音好像不像。
Look at this. Bro even knows the tone. He even knows he's just like, wait a minute, you don't even sound like you're from here. Was it Ganesha or whatever it's called? The fact that he can even pick up on that. Family. Yes. Hashtag winning. Let's go.
不过可能就在长沙。
我不是长沙的。
就像我也不是长沙人。
那你觉得我是哪里的？
应该是我猜一下，湖北人。
其实我是你心上的。
哇哦，这个。
哇哦，你害羞了吧，哥哥？
你是我心上的。
对呀。那你对我满不满意啊
？Ooh, she's shooting her shot, boy. She's shooting her shot, boy. She's like, are you satisfied with me? She said, am I what you like, black man? Bruh. I mean, for those of you who want to believe that they're all the same, I would say in some ways we understand female nature is female nature. But then again, what is the difference, ladies and gentlemen, that I have said before time and time again, that is the linchpin? Culture is the difference. Culture is the difference. And right now we can see our brother in a whole nother culture. And this is just one video with one person he's standing in front of. I'm not going to run a bunch of videos for y'all tonight. Go watch him on his channel. Go support him. Shout out to him. Go subscribe. Go like him. and go watch how he moves around China. All right, and I don't know. I feel like I would get tired of all the people running up to me for pictures and shaking my hand. You think it's crazy? And it's not just him. There's another brother who's out there. I can't remember his name of his channel. Black brother speaking Mandarin. And everybody's waving at you. They got a bunch of questions like, oh my God, it's a black person speaking Chinese. Like, you know, I'm telling you, you want to be a superstar, you learn their language. You learn their language.
100%嘛。
That's 100%.
你有女朋友吗？我想问一
You
下。
have a girlfriend?
回答吗？你有女朋友吗？那你觉得我合适不？
Look at this, bruh. Did you see? She said, "Can I be here?" Come on, cuz. Come on, man. You just met her. Let's go.
就是我适合你不？
适合。我觉得适合，我跟他们觉得适合不适合？
来，
如果他们觉得
做姐姐们，
适合呢，咱们就凑合。
凑合啊！我拉个片吗？还凑合。这个哥哥说问你们适不适合，他说的，如果你们说适合的话，他就凑合。好嫌弃啊！我被嫌弃了。
不是，因为我们两个都不太认识，是吧？
对呀，
所以
今天第一次见嘛。
就适合，我们是要一块吃个饭，要先试试一下，是不是？所以那个凑合的意思，不是说我是被勉强了，意思就是我们是先看一看，就是凑合一下，就是看到的，最后还能走到的。
Bro is gaming her in Chinese. You see what he's saying? He said, I don't know, you know. Brother's basically giving her the equivalent of like, hey, I don't even know, you know what I mean? Like, maybe we could talk about it, you know what I'm saying? But as far as a girl right now, I don't know. Maybe I might have to see how you move. I might have to talk to you a little bit, you know what I mean? You may have to go chill at the 7-Eleven, hang out a little bit at Walmart and walk you around to see how you know what I mean, to see how you really move. That's what he's giving her in Mandarin. She's like, yo, you want a girlfriend? Like now? Yeah. Man, like, yo, fam, it's real. I will be dropping the link, you know, just in case y'all are wondering. I will be dropping the link as well. But fam, it's real. And this is your Asian example. This is your Chinese example. A lot of brothers don't really talk about China. You know what I'm saying? But hey, again, this is an example. This is China. All right, and you see how she is being choosy. Okay, and to us, we know how we are. We like, oh man, this brother. Imagine, I want y'all to imagine, bro, right here, and say you stuck him downtown anywhere in the States. You think any females is gonna be really throwing him play like that just off the, you know? Like, no, we're taught that you gotta be the freshest this, you gotta have on the, you know what I mean, the cleanest J's, and you know what I mean, you gotta be dressed to the nines, you gotta monkey dance for these females to just get basic attention or, you know, basic respect a lot of times. Cuz right here looking like he just came out the gym, wearing like he got a Lakers pants on and a Boston jersey. And to her, it's nothing. When we tell you that the culture is the problem, and we tell you that Passport Bros have defeated the culture, this is called being victorious. This we raise our glasses to. Salud to the Passport Bros and Brothers Who Travel. Because this is winning. Let's go.
是不是这个意思？
让他请你吃饭，瑶瑶小哥们是让我请他吃饭，还是让这个请我吃饭？
谁先请谁吃饭？咱们问直播间的朋友们。
来，各位姐姐们，是我请这个哥哥吃饭，还是这个哥请我吃饭？公屏上给我扣一下，美墨哥哥。
你们说谁就请饭，讲公平。
对，这样公平。
对，
这个哥说的公平，来，让他给你买奶茶。
谁给谁买奶茶？
你给我买奶茶。
朋友们，我是你们的客人，你们怎么能这样子呢？
哎呀，完了，不好意思哥，他们都靠着我的。
是我看他们对你真的很好。
方便问一下你多大吗？正常。
我签约你多大？我签约你多大？
你看一下，哎，来，你先猜一下我多大？你看我这个长相，这个身材，
漂亮，这么好看，那就是16，什么16啊？16一枝花，16岁一枝花
16，哇，这个哥哥好会说话呀！怎么办，家人们，好会说。
那你知道？你告诉我，我告诉你。
来，哥哥姐姐们，来直播间所有家人们，告诉这个小哥哥我多大。来，家人们，看看你们有没有？
他们知道吗？
他们肯定知道，不然是我的假粉了。来，公屏上打出瑶瑶今年多大
？15岁。
我哥哥，
你看有不同的，有一个19，有一个22。
还有没有家人们？还有没有知道瑶瑶多大的？
靠谱的。
24岁，21岁，21岁，29岁，29岁都来了，100岁，32岁。
100岁。
妈呀，80岁，50岁，我的天！我有那么老吗？那你们猜，你能从其中一个数字看出来，其中有一个是对的。
24。
啊！我的妈呀！你怎么知道那么牛逼？你算命吗，哥？
我去算命的。
我的天哪！在从这么多里面选到了一个，刚好是我的。
啊，那我们是同一个年龄，我也是24。
啊，你也98年的呀？
我是98年的。
哎呀，好有缘分呐
！3月16号。
哎呀，你比我大，果然还是叫哥哥。
你还是叫我哥吧，你叫我哥，我就交代你。
听到了没有，家人们？他说我叫他哥，他交代我。来，家人们，有免费的晚饭吃了。
我的意思是，你有男朋友吗？
你猜一下。
Bro is gaming the hell out this chick in Mandarin. Let me just pause and say, bro, cuz it's working. Again, a few years out there going to school in China. Let's go.
女孩子什么都要猜，真的很难。
女孩子就是这样，我不是在教你吗？
那我猜你应该有吧？就是我。是不是有我在呢？你怎么还能没有呢？是不是？对。
完了，我被套路了，家人们，我被套路了，我被外国友哥套路了。
是不是？你也应该已经有了吧？你不会还要有一个吧？你有我一个不够吗？应该够吧？
啊？有你一个？
对，应该够。
那你行不行？
我一个，
来，我给你拿着，好，他展示一下。
呀，展示了，家人们，来，公屏上给我打个展示，他展示我的。
他问我行不行？
可以，都可以。
来，给我展示，家人们，
让他看一下。
好，
我真行。那怎么操作才能让你真的觉得我行？10个扶一下，10个
，10个俯卧撑啊
！10个俯卧撑，家人们。
这样子已经超过
你可以唱首歌啊，你歌唱的很好听的
唱首歌我给他们唱首歌
是的，
唱首歌
他中文歌唱的特别好。
问一下我直播间哥姐姐们，你们是喜欢这个哥哥唱歌，还是展示10个俯卧撑？来，家人们，公屏上告诉你们。
Again, he doesn't sing actually, but still, an example, brother making it happen overseas. In China, okay, speaking Mandarin, y'all see the reaction. That is one example. Brothers out there, he's just winning. I don't know what to tell you. See, he's just winning. He just met that girl. All right? You know what I'm saying? Winning. Speaking the language, getting it in. Okay? Speaking the language. All right? I'm going to go ahead and drop the link right now, but I still got one more video I want to get to. First, I'll drop the link in case anybody wants to come up and discuss anything on topic tonight. I'll drop the link. I'll go ahead and drop it right now, just in case. And then we will bring anybody who wants to be brought up after the video, my next video. I got one more example. All right. But like I said, oh yeah, brother's name is Tranos. That Tranos TV. So that's Tranos TV. Go check him out. He is legit as well, man. Y'all watch. Yo, again, what I'm doing tonight, I'm showing y'all the stuff that motivates me to travel. All right. The stuff that motivates me as a black man to travel and go overseas is stuff like this. Examples like this. Okay. Where we can see the reaction that black men specifically get. Because we don't have enough of these examples. He's not being trashy. He's not got the camera all up in her skirt. Okay. Doing stuff like that. The brother before, you know, Gulu Remy languages, he wasn't doing none of that. And you saw how impressed people were with him. You saw how girls' vibes completely was changing because he was just speaking like, just drop Croatian off the top rope with an elbow, Croatian on him. Like, you know what I mean? And the reaction that he gets. You know what I'm saying? Like my brother LXST in the bottom says, like, yo, the Riz is heavy. Facts. It is. Like, that's why I'm trying to tell you that we are one of the most desirable men when we go overseas. And we step ourselves up even more so when we are showing how intelligent we are. All right? Showing how strong we are, showing how much we value ourselves because we want to get into these languages and learn these languages. Okay? Our next example. Check this out, man. Check this out, man. Check this out, bruh. The brother Haha Sammy, yo, holding it down out here in South Korea. Holding it down in South Korea. A few of y'all might already know Haha Sammy. The brother's out here, you know, he speaks Korean, talking, chopping it up with the Korean girls, you know what I'm saying? Doing his thing also in Asia. Again, okay, for brothers who talk about Asia and they tell you about Asia, bro, ain't no lies. Like, they check it. That's the best way I can put it. They check it. We are a wanted commodity in Asia, just so you know. I know you get a lot. We talk a lot about Latin America, South America. Yes, we do. But you are a wanted commodity black man in Asia, just so you know. And this example is going to be the brother Haha Sammy, and what he's doing, he's just going around asking some of the Korean girls about, you know, and this one is about dating black or, you know, black men or whatever in general. You know, a lot of his videos, he's a little bit more of a prankster, a little bit more of a funny guy. But still, what we do this for the information, right? We do this for the entertainment and the information. And tonight you're getting both. All right. So what we're going to see from the brother Haha Sammy, he's going to break it down. He's going to get the information. Sorry about that. It's a good piece of ice. I couldn't pass it up. So let's dive into this. Link is in the chat also as well if you'd like to join.
Like black skin. It looks sexy.
Just the black skin?
Yeah,
it's
sexy.
Okay.
I think a black man is so gentle to entertain a woman. You'd be surprised. Like the times I've been out, I've never been asked out by a black man or something. Like, actually, I love a soccer player. Oh, where can I get opportunity to meet black people? I think I'm already tipsy.
섹시 흑인 남자랑 어떻게 생각해요?
섹시 흑인 남자 어떻게 생각하시나요?
예.
좋죠.
얼굴 길 아웃핏 스타일 어떻게 좋아요?
키 크고 몸 좋고.
What is 키 크고?
tall.
Again, height matters. Gentlemen, we've all discussed this. We know this ad nauseum. Brothers, height is a thing. When they told you height is a universal beauty mark for men, it is. Get over it. It's just one of those things that women are generally going to be attracted to. It is what it is, gentlemen. It is what it is. Over here on this side of the table, we accept red pill truths. We don't fight them. We accept them. Let's continue.
Okay, tall. Good body.
Good body. What kind of good body?
Muscles.
Oh wow! Like really.
And has good fashion style.
Oh, okay. Right, what about you?
Same, like tall, muscly, and
You're short.
no, that's better.
You need the height difference.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then like street style is good.
Oh, okay.
Street style.
Fashion, right?
Yeah, fashion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
감사합니다. Sexy. Hugun 남자라.
Now, if you pay attention to what she said street style. It is a thing. Hip hop over there is a thing. And when we go, even if you're wearing a little bit more of a street style, it is liked and respected because it's you kind of wearing your culture. And they don't look at it as, oh, you're some dirty Negro. They look at it, oh, he's stylish. To them, it's sexy. Like, oh, wow. Like, yeah, a little bit of street style culture, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, and we're not saying, just going over there like, completely dressing down or whatever, but like you got on some nice, fashion, some style, a little bit of street to it. They like that stuff over there in Asia. You already heard before how hip hop Japan is, so I mean it's real over there. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
어떻게 생각해요?
어떻게 생각하냐고요?
예. 어떤 스타일?
어떤 style? Fashion or
anything,
style?
anything, yeah.
Anything?
Yeah. How do you want a sexy black man should look like?
I think sexy point is like black skin. It looks sexy.
Just the black skin?
Yeah, it's sexy.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So why do you think the black skin is sexy?
It's special.
Oh, it's special.
Yeah, special. Yes,
Okay.
and it looks sexy.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, sexy예요.
Okay.
sexy예요.
Do you have any
Yeah.
other thing you like about the black skin?
I think black skin, black.
Gentlemen, I said it. He said, what about it? She said, I like it just because it's black. Just because you black. She said, just because it's black, sexy skin, I like it. That's what she said. Y'all heard it. I see you in the back. She said, I heard it. All right. She said, just a sexy skin. That's enough. Your sexy skin is black. And you think that when we talk about Asia, that we trip it. For those of y'all who are not going over here to these countries, right? Jamel, brother Jamel in the bottom. I see what he means. I know what he's talking about. Nah, cuz. You not black like your friend? I know what you talking about. No, cuz. Hey, man, light-skinned brothers, man. Y'all was running the 80s and early 90s, man. Y'all had it. Y'all was holding it down, bro. You know what I'm saying? Until we got Blade. Then Wesley Snipes carried the flag for it. Yo, brother Jamil. Yo, let's keep it rocking, man. Let's keep it rocking. Watch my man Ha Ha Sammy work. I said, Ha Ha Sammy, just like I said it. Ha Ha Sammy. I think it's 2 M's. Go check him out. Subscribe, like, comment. Again, this is the type of stuff that is not getting talked about, you know what I mean, in these streets. And I wish we would talk more about this because, as a side note, we got a lot of brothers who want to try to cast, these labels on us like SBE and all this other stuff, whatever. And it's just like, bro, like we're far beyond trying to fight with these females over here in the States. It's not about that. We're not looking to pick a fight. Okay, for us, the war is over. It's done. We won, and this is how we win it, man. Let's go.
Skin makes all outfit fashionable. Yeah, I think like that.
Nice, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
So have you ever go on hang out with a black skinned man or something?
Oh, there's no opportunity for me. Yeah, yeah.
Give me your Instagram. There's an opportunity right now. Give me your Instagram.
Oh, where can I get opportunity to meet black people? Where?
Maybe in clubs.
In clubs? Really?
Yeah, this is Hamburg. Club.
Oh, really?
You don't go clubbing?
Oh, we're gonna club now.
You guys gonna
Yeah,
go club?
yeah. Hip hop club in Hongdae.
Cool.
Yeah.
You can meet black men in club.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I've never seen black people in the club.
Yeah. All right. So if you see a black man in club tonight, just
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
"Hey, I like your fashion." All right. Say, "Hey, you look sexy." Just go
Yeah,
say, "You look
I love
sexy."
your black skin.
Do you want me to ask you the question in Korean or English?
Oh, I don't mind either way.
Okay.
Shoot.
Okay. What do you think a sexy black man should look like?
Well, honestly, I don't think it matters. Shape, size, personality, whatever they feel, whatever they think. Like for me, it has always been about like personality and like how they show and their morals. Morals has always been a big thing. So it doesn't
Really
matter.
serious.
No, I've always been. It doesn't matter.
Your face look like really serious. Oh.
Try me. So it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So like physical wise, it never really bothered me. As long as the person's right, that's
Fair
fine.
use, gentlemen, fair use.
But you look really tall. What about a short person like me?
Short person, it's fine as long as they're fine with me being this tall.
Oh,
Because I wear heels from time to time. So like if you're fine with
it, and
it,
then I'm gonna be right here like, babe, what do you want to eat for dinner?
exactly. Like,
You're like, yeah, I want some chicken.
like, you know, I'm gonna be talking to your like top here.
You don't mind about that?
Oh, if that's fine with you, then confidence. I try.
Alright, so what are you doing tonight in
Let's
Hungary?
go.
Oh, I'm meeting my friends. I'm meeting my
Guys
friends.
or boys?
Guys and girls mixed up. We're a group.
You guys gonna get drunk tonight?
I think I'm already tipsy.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
What did you drink?
Well, I've quite like
Tequila shots?
soju,
Soju?
and I had a bit of.
Yeah, we're going to skip that.
Sushi. My name is Haha Sami. Haha Sami. 그 오늘은 그 재밌는 거 질문이야. 그 섹시 흑인 남자랑 어떻게 생각해요? 그 키 아니면 일본인 거 그 어떻게 생각해요? 어떻게 좋아요?
흑인 남자?
흑인 남자.
어...
Black man.
Like you said.
Gentle.
Oh, gentle?
Yeah, I think black man is so gentle to
Look at him.
entertain a woman. When I take a taxi, they are usually open the door. Yeah,
Ooh.
like that.
Gentlemen.
했어요. 한 번만 happen to you sometime.
Keynote. Make sure everybody understood that. They appreciate gentlemen. Well, I'll be damned. Who would have knew? Sounds very traditional to me. Let's keep it pushing.
Usually, yeah, they.
Wow, high five. Give it. What about you? What do you think?
흑인 남자 한 번도 만나본 적이 없어가지고
안 만나봤어?
한 번도 안 만나봤어요.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Maybe tonight. Okay?
Yeah, maybe tonight.
Maybe tonight.
Yeah.
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 Me? Tonight? Me? Her? Yeah. Wait. How about me tonight?
Huh?
How me?
You?
Yeah.
You
good?
look nice.
Nice?
Yeah.
So tonight, okay? Hey, Stefan, hey, do that, dog. Hey, hey.
Yeah, that's him. That's Haha Sim. Y'all go over there, check him out, like, subscribe. You know what I mean? His content. Another brother who's overseas in Asia winning. Before I bring up my guest, I want to go ahead and get to what I said I was going to give y'all, man. You know what I mean? Y'all been good. You know what I mean? So one of the things that I wanted to do, what I said I was going to do, bro, is I want to give y'all, let me get to it because I wrote it down. You know what I'm saying? I want to give y'all the gift of understanding how to better learn languages. All right? So you've heard different things, and I just want to go ahead and give y'all some game about some of the best advice that I heard, and I just want to go ahead and pass it along, right? So first thing you want to do is you want to find basic audio-visual understanding, all right? What does that mean? That means like something that you either read, listen to a favorite show that you have, whatever the case. What you want to do is watch it in that language with the subtitles also playing. Okay, and that's going to allow you to kind of hear it and also see it at the same time and how it's being expressed. Their idea to start picking up on the certain type of words that are getting said, but you can also feel it through the actions that are being portrayed through the TV. Okay, you know, and then what you want to do is you want to pick up on simple expressions. So don't try to learn whole, deep, intricate sentences. You want to try to figure out the basic highs and buys, greetings of the days, openings and closings of things, and then kind of like simple and basic expressions on how to move around and understand something, you know, in a foreign place when you first get there. You know, like where is a thing? How do I get to? Do you have? Where's your bathroom? Stuff like this. Start focusing on your basics. And I know it might sound, you know, kind of mundane, but I'm telling you for a reason. Okay? And then also the next thing that you want to do is you want to put yourself in places where you can be tested. This is where a lot of people will fall off with languages, is they don't put themselves in positions to be tested. If you go back and you watch my dude Remy, Remy, whatever, go back and watch him, and you see that even when he was dealing with languages he didn't understand, he would ask the basic highs and buys and greetings and stuff like that. He would try to figure out, how do I communicate in the most basic form? And then that is how you kind of start going with it in that situation. And the second thing he was also doing, which is the point of his channel, which if you're not a language person, you won't understand. The main thing he's doing is he's constantly testing himself with the languages so he can always stay current. Okay? So that's the next step, is you want to constantly put yourself in positions to be tested. All right? So if you just got to start grabbing random people in the street and start talking to them in different languages to stay up, okay, do that. That's why a lot of people say when you go to a foreign country, you'll pick the language up faster, because not only will you speak it, you'll get it back, but also you'll be corrected in real time if you either sound kind of funny or if they'll have to tell you, no, oh, this is the better way to say that. Okay, that's also another thing you want to do. And then I got this written down. You also want to find something to read at about 75 to 85% comprehension. And honestly, a quick way to do that is like a comic book or something. For those who read anime, like a manga, because a lot of the things are being big and expressed in your face. So a comic book, something to read. Same thing, principle kind of goes with TV, but you also want something that you can read and understand with high comprehension. So that means that foreign language, yes, but you're something simple that you're picking up on the words and the language that's being put across at a high rate, not some chapter book or some, you know, like studying in a novel or whatever. No, something basic. Even if it could be even a kid's book or whatever. Something that you're picking up on quickly, and you're matching the words to pictures and expressions at a high rate. So that's what it means, comprehension at a 75 to 85% rate. And then after that, next step is try to find somebody who will tutor you, someone who is fluent in the language that you can constantly talk to. So the next step after that will be lessons. And people say that for the fast people who pick it up, this would be something like within, like, after the first few weeks of doing everything I said. Then you want to get into like lessons and stuff like this. Somebody who's fluent. Try to see online. I think it's Omega or one of those. I can't remember the name of that one online. But it allows you to get a tutor or somebody who can just talk with you in that language, and that's what you want to do after that. And the big keynote, and one of the biggest things I'll say for people who want to learn languages is make sure that you are learning languages that you are actually going to use. A lot of people talk about from time to time, yo, I was studying X, Y, and Z and I lost it. You got to pick something that you're going to use or that you want to use constantly over and over. Okay? Boom. There's y'all free gift. Y'all hit a like for the gift, comment, subscribe. You know what I mean? For those who have not subscribed, appreciate y'all for sticking with me. I wanted to give y'all that as just a gem. I learned it, wanted to pass it along to y'all, and that is what I use in order to better comprehend. Like right now, I'm still learning and studying Portuguese. And I'll give y'all in real time. I see you in the back, Eric. I got you. I see y'all like in real time. I'm telling y'all right now what I'm doing is I go on Netflix, and if I want to watch maybe like a new anime or something, and I pick anime for a reason. All right, anime because it's very expressive. It's big. It's in your face. It's bold. It's this and that, whatever, right? And of course, if you don't watch anime, it is what it is. But just an example. And if you watch anime, it's big. It's in your face. It's bold. It's whatever. And you'll start to see the words expressed. You'll start to understand the greetings and the highs and the byes in real time. And what you do is this is a technique I picked up from another YouTuber named Ikena, I-K-E-N-A, I want to say, another polyglot. He's crazy. He's cold with it, like 7, 8 languages as well. And he takes the words, he puts them into a list, and then he puts them into his Anki, which is an app, A-N-K-I, Anki, that allows you to make your own flashcards for phrases and words you're trying to learn. So you can stick them in there in the app, okay? And then under that, you can put your own custom picture to help you remember the word, the phrase, or the expression. And then you basically you guess at it as to try to remember, and then you click on it and it'll tell you what it really means. And then you can rate yourself on how good or how bad you were at it. Matter of fact, here's an example, because I ain't gonna tell y'all no lies. I'm gonna let you know in real time who and what I am. Where is it? Let me see something else. Let me see. Let me see. Stand by. Let me see. So just example, you could do something like this. They don't all have to have pictures, but I can show you on my phone right now. At the top, you know what I mean? It says yo quiero ir. It means I want to go. And then there it is. Boom. You click it again and it'll show you like at the bottom, and you can rate yourself on how good you guessed. You can rate it. And if it's good, if you're good at it, it'll put it less, and the ones that you struggle with, it'll put it up more. Let me find another one for y'all. Or I could just show you. So this is an example, and I actually put a picture with it and I matched the phrase with it. You know, a little bit of more anime for y'all. It says mismo. So in Portuguese, what does that mean? Mismo. Okay, I know you can't really see the words, but just showing you an example. It means, you know, it means oh really. So then under it, I click the picture, and under it pops up, says oh really. You know, just kind of understanding some basic phrases like oh really, you know, whatever, right? Like when you use phrases in Portuguese like então. So então, when you say something like então, so it means like and then. So if you were using something, if you were gonna say a phrase and then link it to like we're gonna go somewhere, like vamos ao hotel, you know what I'm saying? Vamos ao hotel. You know, let's go to a hotel, you know what I'm saying? So let's say vamos ao hotel, então eu quero bebida Corona para a noite. Okay, that means I want to drink Corona after I get to the hotel tonight. You know what I mean? So that's how you kind of link things together when you start figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Let me get to my guests in the back. You know what I'm saying? I just want to give y'all gems so y'all know I ain't lying. Brother Eric is in the show. What's happening?
Hey, what's up, man? What's going on?
What's up, man? I'm good.
Man, bruh. Man, I seem like everybody talking about this, huh?
Yeah. Well, you know, yeah. We this is what we do. This is how it is. We come up and we winning. It's the best way I can put it. We winning right now, straight up.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of us already had known this. I think more so just a public display of it, but you know, because of the internet and us being more connected and stuff, we won. But at the same time, it's like we don't really want to dwell on it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the stuff that really is going on here, we already knew. We knew years ago. I mean, you know, and some people, they do speak out on issues and stuff like yourself and other YouTubers and stuff. But there's a certain segment of brothers that just have said, look, man, we out. And for years, they never thought that was going to happen. Or they always said, oh yeah, nobody's really leaving. You're just talking because you didn't have the internet. But now with the internet and you're able to show receipts and you're starting to see that brothers are leaving. And the SBE, man, look, I got all the SBE you want. Is that going to stop you from leaving? No. So all of that stuff is really irrelevant. To me, it's like a one big soap opera because you can't stop us from leaving. You can't stop us from buying a ticket, getting on a plane. But instead of you trying to understand why we're leaving, you want to double down on the foolery. That's what the SBE is about. And to me, all that does is just galvanize like, oh, I'm really out now. I just galvanize men to say I'm really out because you're not willing to acknowledge that there's something wrong. You're still wanting to double down, even though we presented you with all these facts, all this data, all this statistics. You still want to double down. So guess what? There's no talking to you. We just gonna bounce. You know, that I did watch that podcast from BGS where he was talking about everybody's not going to be able to leave. And
I saw that too, man.
But this is the thing,
man.
To a certain degree, that's true. But what he never really said was the guys that are going to be here, that are left here, or have that mindset to want to be here. What is the caliber of those men? Because men that are leaving, they've already put themselves at a higher echelon. Yep. They've already said that I can leave. So by default, you're valued, but you didn't value them. And those men have already made up in their mind that they're going to leave the community. And when you start having people like Anton Daniels, I watched a podcast that he just did, I think either today or yesterday, where he said the black community is done.
Yeah, even Anton saying it now.
And for him to make the change that he has in such a short period of time lets you know that it's real, because you can't deny it. And the guys that are trying to shame you, it doesn't work. It's like I said before, you playing the same record over and over again. We know the words to those lyrics, to that song, and it's not going to move us. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Yeah.
The Exodus is done. But see, the icing on the cake is you got all the guys that, you know, they show these women and when them overseas and all the other stuff. But like I always said before, you know, TNA, that's just for the clicks and views. But when you show a brother integrating into a different culture and being treated in a different way, that lets you know exactly what's going on. See, everybody's not on YouTube. And I tell people this all the time. Everybody's not on YouTube. Everybody's not sharing their life with you. You have brothers that are going about their business and are just going to do what they're going to do and not tell anybody. That's the bottom line. So you'll never know. And you'll never know that number because you're not in those circles. And that number keeps getting higher and higher. You are, you know, everybody wants to show receipts. You're showing receipts for you going someplace and traveling, but the receipts with brothers that are marrying, brothers that are starting families, that are integrated into these other cultures and other things of that ilk, you're never going to see that because they're very private people.
Right.
Oh, I got a little echo someplace.
Hold on.
Let's see, is that me?
Am I echoing? I mean, I got you turned down on my end. I shouldn't be.
Yeah, maybe I'm gonna say maybe it's me. I don't. Let me see. Okay. No, I still got echo. But anyway, let me turn up. But anyway, yeah, and you know what so many people on YouTube like to play is that epic argument that Charles had back in 2015, where he's talking to Keisha on the beach in Brazil.
Mhm.
And that was 2015. So the people that are on or in our camp, bro, we already knew all this stuff was coming. And that's why we've been making moves accordingly. But they're not going to change. And that's why I think Anton made the assessment that he made, because he knows that the women are going to have to change, and they're not going to change. Matter of fact, I think there were 2 videos. One video, he said black women owe black men an apology.
Yeah.
And he said you need to apologize with your actions.
Yeah.
And that's not going to happen because you can't tell them anything. They know it all. So let them know this is what it is. And we talked about it ad nauseum. They don't believe, like I said before, they don't believe the fat meat greasy. Well, I tell you what, guess what, Playboy? Guess what? You about to find out.
Yeah. Just so y'all know, you know, Brother Eric is one of the first brothers who did start putting that phrase out there back about a year and a half, 2 years ago. He is one of the first people that did start saying that, and everybody else started kind of echoing that, talking about, oh yeah, my grandma used to. No, brother, there was a certain particular podcast and a certain stream that we all remember. I was sitting on the panel when that brother dropped that line and said the fact that they don't want to believe the fat meat is greasy. And then, everybody started repeating it. So that's also because you know how we know, because we got the shirts made. I made the shirt after the brother said it. That's how I know. We dated and we stamped on like, hey, that's gonna be a phrase. Fat meat is greasy, and I literally have the shirt over here. But you're right. You know what I mean? You hitting on all points, especially with the way things is moving. Like you got brothers like Anton, who the longer you be or that you are in these spaces, you know, the more you start to come on over to what the brothers on the travel group, Red Pill, you know what I'm saying, Manosphere, Black Manosphere stuff, the more you're going to start to come over and to understand the logic, because we're not just saying things out of random or out of our ass or whatever. Because now even Anton is saying stuff like the biggest enemy of the black man is the black woman. And, you know, Anton is getting more and more red pill by the year. Like, you see how he go from being on a purple pill platform, all them females is running his stream, and now he done broke away from Lapeef, doing his own thing, quoting quotes from the Manosphere. And it's just like, you know, we start to see how these brothers who are against us now, they almost have no choice but to come over to this other side. And in regards to what BGS was saying, talking about, oh, well, most men are not going to travel. Well, yes, BGS, that's true. Most men won't travel. But the thing is that we're not here to beg them to travel. Listen, I can't give the brothers on the best way to deal with Keisha Starter Kit. Sorry, I can't do that for them. And I think BGS even said, well, that's my job. Well, guess what, BGS? That's your job. Our job is to tell people how to lead this motherfucker. Okay? That's what we talk about. And you can say, well, most ain't going to leave. Well, fine. Well, okay, most won't leave. So what? We're not trying to have, and again, like I said earlier in the stream, we're not trying to drag a community across our back overseas to these different countries. We're not doing that. We're talking to the brave 300 who have their passports and who are ready to go. Yeah, because most of them, man, like I said it before, there's a large segment of brothers that are currently traveling. They need to stay their ass here because they don't know how to represent us in a manner that is befitting to black men that have put in work. Like examples that you've shown here. You know, that's the other side of this that nobody talks about. Not only are you traveling, but you also a representation, and you are trying to change a derogatory image that has been exported throughout the world about American black men in particular. That's right. So you have to take the entirety of it and move accordingly. You have some brothers that don't understand that. They just get caught up in the TNA and don't see what the big picture is, because there's a difference between you just traveling to have fun, and there's a difference
between you traveling to have fun and us actually moving and wanting to integrate into these cultures like these brothers are doing, speaking language, learning the culture, taking the time to meet people locally, just on a out and about friendly basis.
Yeah,
that's very powerful.
It
But
is. It is.
if you never really done that type of traveling, then you're missing out.
You are. You're missing a big part of the pie. And honestly, you know, my last trip to Brazil, you know, I felt the type of ways because I said it wasn't just enough to just meet pretty girls, spend time with girls, and go here and see the sights and all that's cool. But it bothered me that I was missing out on a big part of the culture because I couldn't properly communicate the way I wanted to. And brothers like I've been showing tonight are examples of the type of travel brother I want to be. I want to go out here, have great conversations, and, you know, show people and demonstrate the intelligence of Black men, especially when we apply ourselves, we value ourselves, you know what I mean? And we're not portraying the idea that we're just looking for one thing. You know, we're out here, you know, at great high-paying jobs. We speak the languages. We're very intellectual. You know, I have a lot of things that I could say in another language that if I started to communicate myself in multiple different languages, you understand, you just 10x your own value. You can start, the door is open for jobs and opportunities, and then the best option of women or a wife or whatever. And, you know, I do believe that there is a level of us who travel who do want to have a stable life. We do want to have a stable life overseas. I think that, you know, because we have those who are like an Amira who are going to try to chastise us for what she thinks we're supposed to be doing, where it's just like, hun, we've already figured this out. We don't need you to tell us how to do shit. And we don't need your report card to try to grade us and then create a whole show trying to destroy or try to bring down our name when you're a goddamn exile from Lebanon. Shut up. Nobody asked your fucking opinion about nothing. You have no space to speak on Black men. You know,
but that's what. Go ahead. No, that's what I'm saying though. You always gonna have this thing about Black men traveling under this passport bro hashtag because it's a hot topic. It's very profitable to monetize passport bros. That's why you get a bunch of Johnny come latelys, or you get a bunch of charlatans that are just coming here and they get the overall message convoluted. You're not traveling like we're traveling. You're not traveling to explore. You're not traveling to see something new, see something different. You're just traveling because it's trendy and you can get clicks and views and you can monetize it. And with you adding passport bros to it, it makes it that more lucrative if you're able to attack the right niche or people or hit those trigger points to get those people drawn into you. I watch a lot of stuff all the time. There's a difference between you stating a fact like you're doing tonight and giving results, and there's other where you just trying to throw it up in people's face to elicit some type of reaction to get clicks and views. And far too many that are in this passport bro space are doing just that because you don't understand what it's about. That's why when you said we only need a small 300, that's exactly what we need. We only need a small 300 because the rest of you are Johnny come latelys, or you're just doing it to portray a lifestyle to people that are ignorant of what it's really about.
Yeah.
And sooner or later, you're going to find out that once you are done riding that one trick pony that you came out on, you don't have anything else left to offer. And people that are looking for more are going to gravitate away from you.
Yeah.
So you're right. You need to have more shows that talk about brothers like this that have distinguished themselves by being able to communicate in the local language. But at the same time, you have to learn something about the culture. Most people aren't really interested in the culture. That goes hand in hand with the language. You just don't say, I'm going to learn the language just to learn the language. I'm learning the language because I'm interested in the culture and being able to communicate my thoughts in a way that shows my personality and I can connect with somebody in their country. That's a powerful thing to do. I mean, I'm not surprised by any of the reactions here, but because we've had it, I mean, in Thailand, in Brazil, in Africa, you know, so you can't just show one side. And I like the fact that you're showing this side of it, you know, but like I said, people get too caught up. People get too caught up in just the show, and they don't look at the totality of what Black men traveling really is about.
You're right. I mean, we have to focus on, there should be barriers to entry. And I think that we do need to show brothers a more understanding of, look, we're out here moving around, we're traveling, but we're also trying to show you a better lifestyle, a better way of comporting yourself. You know, like Pablo talks about how, you know, this is the country club, okay? If you just want to come in here on some rusty, dusty Negro shit, and you want to bring the hood to we're not bringing no goddamn hood nowhere. We have the opportunity to be higher class gentlemen. We have the opportunity to be praised in a way, viewed in a way. We're not trying to bring the quote unquote downfalls of our culture to another culture, and then all this. And we're not trying to bring the stereotypes with us. Like, this is finally an opportunity where you don't have to be considered the lowest class or the lower class or whatever. You can finally go to a place where your culture is actually appreciated. And like you heard these Korean women say, just because you're Black, okay, that's already, for me, I'm interested in you and I want to get to know you. Let's take that opportunity to show these women the greatest portion of ourselves, and not thinking that we got to be on some hood type, like some rude type ish, or, carrying. Now, this is where this is a little bit controversial, but understanding how to be nuanced with the teachings of the red pill. Understanding, I'll say it again, understanding how to be nuanced. Yes, there is female nature. Yes, there are through lines between all women, but those things are the things that you want to have covered within your basis of raising yourself up to be a higher value male. What I'm saying is this: you can be a gentleman overseas. You can conduct yourself as a masculine, sure about himself, sure about his value. You can open doors overseas. Okay, you can pull out her chair overseas. Again, I reference Pablo. Ask Pablo Frescobar about how when he's over there in Colombia, the way that the women are responding to him being a gentleman. When he wears more of a suit or a button-up, not having to worry about wearing the freshest Jordans and all this other stuff, okay? Not that you can't look nice with street style, but it's not all. It's not every time I go out, I need to have a flyest, da-da-da. You seen brother walking around the street, the brother Trenos, the one I showed before, wearing some regular stuff like he just came out of the gym. Wasn't even matching at that.
Nope.
And the Chinese girls going crazy for him. Why? Because he was demonstrating his value. He was demonstrating his intelligence. He was demonstrating through the do-rag and through the non-matching clothes that he's a high-value male in her country, speaking her language, Black man. Like, these are the things that we want Black men, young Black men, or men who haven't traveled. These are the ideas. These are the projections we want them to see. We don't want you to be a future over in Colombia. All right, we don't want you to try to be future.
Yeah, but you got a lot of that.
That's not what we're trying to advocate for. And we do understand that brothers have taken that and tried to make that the image of passport bros or what men traveling looks like. And unfortunately, it's a battle that we do fight internally, yes. But at the same time, it's our job to show what this shit's really supposed to look like. What it is that we really stand for and we stand about.
Bro, I'm telling you.
Traditional values. I think we stand for traditional values.
Yeah.
On this side of the house, we do advocate and we do actually praise marriages, children, families. We don't actually praise what they shame us for, tricking and going out here just laying a bunch. I mean, if you do that, we're not shaming you for it. but it's not necessarily the goal. Okay, that's not what the goal of what we do is. So don't misconstrue what we're trying to do. We're not trying to keep the same teachings and the same misgivings that have happened from the Black community and bring it over into Brazil. We're not trying to bring that into Colombia because there's a lot of them who are waiting for us to do so. They say, oh, we know how you Negroes are from da-da-da. No, stop. Let me show you who I am. I'm not him. All right? You know, they're looking for you to be a cheater or
bruh.
No. Because overseas, when you get here, a lot of these women are still traditional. Go ahead.
No. Yeah, like I said, dude, it's there's a difference. You have to be aware of where you're going and what you're doing and how you're moving. And guys that are really experienced with traveling understand that. Yeah, what's up, Pablo, man? Hey, man, dude, I agree with you 100%. That trap music stuff, I get it, but at the same time, it is not my cup of tea. I'm a piano type brother myself now. So,
shout out to Pablo, by the way.
Yeah, but people want something different. And when you start making distinctions, that's what's going to weed out the people that are just doing this for the pastime and not really, and they're just doing it for entertainment, clicks and views, to the people that are actually doing something that is about a movement that was started years ago. You're going to start seeing distinctions. You're already starting to see it now. Like you mentioned earlier, you had brothers going to Colombia, DR, Brazil, and Thailand. And we just came back from Thailand and we had 20 plus brothers on that trip.
Yeah.
But bruh, nothing like the response that we got for the SA trip. So to me, that's a signal. And that lets you know that other people are looking for other places to venture out to. Because your image matters. Black men, your image matters. And when I see dysfunctional YouTubers that are out here claiming they're passport bros, I cringe. Because I know that I'm going to have to combat the stupidity and ignorance that's being put on display by that person. So every time we do our events, I'm very mindful of that. I let people know, yo, you are a representative, not only of BMO, but of Black men in general, American Black men at that, because they're watching. They're trying to see if you are actually what the United States says you are.
Exactly. That's the biggest thing.
Right. And when they find out that you aren't, then you take it a step further. That's why I always say, be the best version of yourself. You know me, bruh, I'm suited and booted for the most part. But a lot of countries don't really appreciate that. There's no place in Brazil where you can go on and throw on a suit and some hard bottoms. Not on the regular.
Sure.
Colombia, there are spots. And when you step up into that different type of atmosphere, there's a different energy that comes with that. There's a different perception that comes with that. Now, Sao Paulo, they might have that spots like that, but that's far and few between. But they're watching. And when you're able to go and have a conversation with people in their language and talk to them, and they see that you aren't what people here in the States have portrayed you to be, especially our own women, then they start to pause and ask questions because they've always been curious. And like the young women said, they didn't have an opportunity to meet Black men because most Black men don't go. And if they do go, they're going into a slight corridor where they can partake in the nightly activities, and that's it.
Yeah.
And that's the type of men we don't want to represent us. That's why you have to make distinctions. Like I like Pablo, like you said, the country club. For I like that analogy. For us over here at BMO, with a lounge. You can't come in unless you got a platinum card.
Mm-hmm.
We kick more people out than we let in. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
because we're very thorough in screening. And if you get by that and you act a fool in the spot, you out, because we don't want that type of energy. We don't want that type of image for us, because we understand the importance. And I also think that that's what you're going to start seeing within this Passport Bro movement. You're going to start seeing a filtration of people that are just doing it for clicks and views, and others that understand what it is. And you're going to start seeing more videos like this come to light.
Yeah.
Because Pookie and Ray Ray aren't going to be traveling all the time.
Mm-mm.
And those spots that they keep going to are going to get burned out because they don't go outside of their parameter. When everybody said, I'm going to Brazil, I said, no, you're going to Rio and Copacabana.
Go to the block.
Right. You're not going to Brazil, because when you meant to Fortaleza, like, where's that at? It's in Brazil. Are you going to Belo Horizonte? Where's that at? It's in Brazil. Are you going to Recife, Salvador, Florianopolis, other places, Brasilia? Well, those places are in Brazil, but you're not going to them. So you're really not going to Brazil, the country. You're just going to Rio, the city, and quote unquote the block.
The block, yeah. You going to the spots. We know where you at.
Right.
We know where you going. You
Right,
know what I mean?
exactly. Yeah. So it's nothing new for us. And the same thing with the other spots. I'm going to DR. No, you're going to Sosua.
Sosua.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. Exactly.
Exactly.
So
you going to Sosua, we know where you at.
Yeah. So like I said, you're going to see that. Yeah, you're going to see that, and the progression is going to happen here as you get further along in the year, because even though all this stuff is changing and brothers are capitalizing on it and monetizing it, but what do you really stand for? What's the use of you having 50,000 followers if you just here to make money? Okay, I can't knock that. But at the same time, what are you doing for the actual movement? See, everybody keeps forgetting what this truly is. This is a movement that started in 2011 with Frustrated and had been going on long before then, but that was the first time it was publicized. And then you had people like Charles in 2014, 14, where he went on YouTube and went out and started showing brothers, hey, there is a way. Brothers have been doing it, but it had been quiet. We didn't have any movies made about how Stella got a groove back, how Stefan went down there and got his freak on. We didn't have any of those type of movies or songs or media. We just did it. But those were the guys that pioneered it. So now here we are in 2023. You have this whole plethora of people that are jumping on, but you have forgotten what it's really about. It's about you getting out of the matrix with like-minded brothers, exploring your options, and building a community overseas, because we're going to need each other more than what other people realize. And if you really are traveling and paying attention, you see how other groups of people move when they're in other countries.
Right.
They're clicked up too. We're the only group that really is not clicked up like that. And the only reason why I think that is because you're just now starting to have a larger segment of black men traveling.
Starting to get legs. It's starting to catch fire. More and more brothers are starting to catch on to the movement. You know what I mean? And that is one of the things that we say, is that we're going to have to be very mindful of how we portray ourselves and how we're moving and, things like this, because when you start picking up languages, it shows you, it shows them that you're interested in their culture. I mean, off the little bit of Portuguese I know, just being able to speak that for me had took me leaps and bounds, because, I started getting a different reaction from the girls I was hanging with. Now they want to know things, and now they're just like, teach me English, and where are you from exactly, and are you looking for a wife, and there are different things that are going to happen when that language door opens. You can really kind of start to express yourself in a way to where they get more of an understanding of who you are, instead of somebody who's just coming through for a weekend or a week, you know.
Right.
And for me, I've always wanted to really kind of master languages for the reason that you pointed out, is because I don't want to just be stuck on the Strip. I want to be able to branch out and go to Belo and all these different places and really have more of a genuine experience and be in places where they don't even really speak English. And I can go and move through it with ease because I speak Portuguese. And I'm just talking to them like it's nothing. So now the whole country's opened up. Now I don't have to be worried about the Strip. I can say I'm going to Brazil and don't even touch Rio. You know what I mean? I'm not even going there. I'm going to a whole different spot. You know, and I'm, you know what I mean? And maybe not, you know, I'll broadcast. Maybe I might find some places where it's just, you know, behind the paywall. But, you know.
Well, yeah. Some spots you want to keep to yourself there. We definitely need to talk about that. But because you know what? Because some things don't need to be told, because I think too much is put out there for clicks and views and sensationalism. Some things don't need to be said. So if you find you a couple of spots, some things you want to keep to the hip and keep it to yourself.
Don't talk about it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Even Pablo said, because you know, Pablo, shout out to you for being in here, brother. Shout out to you supporting. Pablo was talking about, man, I don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all talking about, you know, the scopoline and the drugging and the this and the that. He's like, I'm chilling here in my little condo, hanging out, you know what I'm saying, with as far as we can see, the same girl, and he ain't having these issues. He's got his phone out. And it's because, let me tell y'all what it is. Pablo is actually becoming a part of the culture out there in Colombia. You know what I'm saying? He can speak some Spanish. You know, he carries himself in a way. You know what I'm saying? He really does exude what it is to be a blue book gentleman. He is putting that attitude forward. And I know those women can tell. Pablo is not just coming out there barely speaking any Spanish or whatever, or not making any attempts to even speak Spanish. You know, he's running to the 304 trap spots. And he even said in his last video, I think he said something like he wasn't even down to Parqueadas. He's like, I ain't even been down there. Because he's just like, bro, I don't need to be on that. I'm good. Like, I know how to move. I got a good clique of people. You know what I mean? I carry myself like a gentleman. You know what I mean? I'm in the nicest spots. And I think that also, it is a part of this. What we have to understand is that the men of that culture can respect that. You come down here, you're not being an arrogant American. You're not showing your ass. You're not throwing money in our clubs like an idiot. Okay? You come down here. Yeah. All right? You're shaking hands with the other men. You look at them eye to eye. You respect them as men as well. Okay? And I tell you, more times than not, and also speaking a little Spanish to them, more times than not, they will respect that a lot more. Because I've been down there when I've been in Brazil, and, you know, when I'm speaking, when they hear me speak Portuguese to them, they're like, oh, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay. I've even had one of my guys tell me, he just was like, yo, it's different when y'all come here. Usually y'all come here with a lot of respect. And the fact that you even are speaking our language, Portuguese, you're not speaking Spanish to us, you know, even though they can kind of understand it, but it's still kind of rude, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you're not speaking Spanish. And then a lot of times, then you'll have, they say a lot of European, you know, white guys basically will come down there and try to just, you know, just speak English louder and act like that's going to make something happen for them. So we do get a lot of grace, especially when we go to these countries and we're speaking their language and we're showing that we are respecting their culture. We want to be a part of what they got going on. We're not trying to make them American. We're trying to go down to their countries and learn how to be more like them and respect their culture and history and understand what it is to be Colombian or, of course, Brazilian or Thai, you know, from Thailand or whatever we're talking. So yeah, these are through lines that Black men, we need to understand that we need to have more appreciation for the gift that we have. We have something that separates us from the general gringo. Because usually when they say gringo, they mean white guy. But Black dudes, we're kind of a wild card because they don't know what kind of Black guy they're going to deal with. We have the opportunity to not have a complete negative stigma off the rip, and that a lot of places we go, we have an opportunity to show ourselves in a better light. What it is that if you are traveling, this is the thing. if you're traveling and you have not recognized that there's an issue with your culture back home in the States, you're going to carry the sins of that culture because you have not separated yourself from it. And you will go down to another place and start to spill that over into what they got going on. And it's not going to mesh well. You're going to be seen as an outsider or an outcast. And I hate to say it, but a clean example of that is when a lot of black women, when they go places, this is why it's hard for them to mesh, because they'll all just click together and want everybody to kind of move and groove to what they're doing. And it's just like, sister, you can't go down there being loud like that. You can't go down there twerking on their tables like that. You can't go down there trying to cuss a bitch out because you think she looked at you a certain type of way, and because you black, you get to say whatever. No, hun, you will come up missing in that country. We already seen the goofy shit that's kind of been going on in Mexico with sisters going down there and not having so much good luck. Luckily, y'all can run down to Jamaica, and that's probably the best places they have success. But unless they change as well, unless they change, they're going to still keep having the same outcome, which is why they are queens of the black community, is because they are the culture. We understand this. Black men have talked about this ad nauseum. We understand what this is. And that's why black men who don't agree with serving these women in dealing with what we think we're told we're supposed to be in the community, we all understand, look, we're not settling for this. Even the brother Obsidian is now calling himself a Blue Book gentleman. I said that at the beginning of this podcast. It's getting to a point to where this is only speeding up. And that is why on tonight, I am declaring victory. We've won. The culture war is over because we know who and what we are. We've made the decision. We're not fighting with these females. I'm not fighting with I ain't got shit to say to none of them, to be honest.
Dude.
I'm not fighting with no chick in the Matrix. I am not mad or sad about what she does. I don't give a shit if Ebony K believes that she needs to run out here and try to, I'm going to make all these men, and I don't need a bus driver. Listen. Go win, hun. You won. Go win. Ebony, go win. You won. You and sisters like you, y'all won. Now go reap the rewards of your prize. Go reap the rewards of what you have created. You have now, and you are in control, and have been in control of the community. This is your queendom, ladies. Bask in it. Take everything that you learn from it. Because men who have now realized that we will not be concubines, we will not be servants, okay? We will not be lesser men. We value ourselves. We're not going to allow ourselves to be under the boot and the heel of these women. We will have traditionalism, which is why they're attacking, why they're also attacking, what's his name? Fucking
Anton?
Top G. Nah. Oh boy, he just had the interview. Why am I feeling on the fucking drawing a blank right now? On
you talking about Andrew Tate?
Yeah, Andrew on Tate. Same thing with Tate. They going after Tate, and it's just like, even in that interview, I don't know if you watched it. Like, I'm like, I'm like, she is trying to hang this man out to dry, and he ain't going. Tate is an example. He's in Romania.
But see, they can't see. People that don't really look at everything that's going on, they just look at, Andrew Tate, he's misogynist, blah, 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 blah. But as you're starting to see that a lot of the stuff that they try to do to him is the stuff they've been doing to us. They want to silence him. And, quiet as kept, Andrew Tate is a black man.
Yes, he is.
So I mean, but by the definition here, Andrew Tate's a black man. So that just goes to show you that their ideology and pathology is dying because it doesn't work. It never has. It was always about control. And as conditions change, your ability to maintain control has changed too. Yep. And that's what's happening. Black men were never meant to have the freedom that we have, even though we fought to have it. Now you're seeing us exercise that freedom in a way that they've never seen. Mm-hmm. There's a video that somebody put out where, from what the person said, it was a white lady that filmed it. And Pablo, that might have been on your channel, that I seen. It was a short. She was going to Medellin, and everybody boarding the plane was black men. I think they only had like 5. I think they only had like 5 females that were on the plane.
Yeah, that was Pablo. That was Pablo.
And she was complaining. She was complaining about them being on the plane going to Medellin.
Mad as hell.
Now, see, that's when you have to, bitch. That's none of your business where I'm going.
Exactly.
I paid my money just like you paid your money, but you so concerned about where I'm going and what I'm doing. What are you going down there for? Probably get some plastic surgery because she can't afford it here in the States.
Exactly.
But you had the nerve to run to film it, make a comment about it, because those men are going on a plane. You don't know if they were going for a retreat or going to do some work or nothing. You just had to make that comment. So that lets you know that it's affecting them. And the fact that you pulled out that camera and filmed it, and she wanted to say black men. Like hold on, let me get in my Paul Mooney. She wanted to say nigga. White woman said all that black wangama thing. You want to say all that nigga dingle ain't going down there, and I can't get none. That's what she wanted to say. Now, that's what Paul Mooney was saying. But yeah, Liz. But that man was white, so that dog don't hunt over here. She crying about that. What she lost her white man, bitch. I don't have no sympathy for your ass because you thought you was better than us anyway, and that white man left your ass, and you got there crying and carrying on and shit. No. You gets nada. You gets nada. Because I actually thought it was a black dude that she was crying. I thought he in Brazil, and I found it was a white dude, and he buying sneakers and shit. Man, bro,
he in Colombia too. Shit.
But no, he was in Brazil. He was in Brazil.
Hey, Brazil.
Yeah. So
yeah.
But you know, like I said, the bottom line is that if you have made a decision to leave, then your victory was a long time ago because you've already detached yourself from the hyenas, the Muggles, the argument, the SBE, all that stuff.
Talk about
you've already won. Now, what are you going to do to get your rewards? And that's where we come in, because there's no reason for you to keep going back and forth with these people, because you're going to have your point of view. I'm going to have mine. Let's look and see who's really winning as far as standards. Now, that's where the receipts come out. And you know, we don't show receipts. BMO, we try to keep that stuff on the low. But I mean, dude, the receipts, I mean, there's enough brothers that are doing it, but bro, we got receipts, bro, back from 2017. Hell, I just sent you seen, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So we could do those things, but we want to give brothers the opportunity to say, look, man, if you have detached yourself from brothers, I mean, from ABWs, then you already know that you won, because winning starts in the mind first. That's where your mindset is. So if I know that I'm not dealing with you, then I've already won. Now I'm just trying to get to the finish line. Yeah, Pablo, I understand. You know, for us, we just it's so many, and you know, some of the people that the reason why we don't show some of our receipts, because some of these other guys that are showing their receipts are new receipts. I was like, man, that receipt you got ain't that new, because I got that receipt too on my hard drive. And
I got that receipt too. Yeah,
my receipt is a lot older than your receipt.
Like, bro, I had that receipt before you did. You might want to chill.
Exactly. Hey, look.
We know. We may not hold on YouTube, but we know.
Yeah, hey, Chris, hold on. And some of those receipts got big YouTube channels in Brazil.
Oh, what you saying?
So you know, if we really want to go there, we could.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, we got receipts.
Promoted. Like
I got PG and R receipts on some of these YouTubers that are being sponsored in Brazil, but I just leave it at that. But my point is,
we ain't gonna say no names.
No, we ain't gonna say no names, but that's what I'm saying. For us, we already know we won. We know we won because we've already unplugged from the matrix mentally. It's just a matter of us getting with like-minded brothers and moving accordingly. That's where we're at now.
Right.
Brothers that are really traveling, like Pablo. Okay, Pablo, he said he's going to Colombia. Well, you know, Pablo, we need to hook you up with my man Carlos down there and he in Colombia.
Mm-hmm.
He in Colombia. He do the crypto and he's doing his channel.
Network.
Crypto TV. But that's what I'm saying. Even though you may not know of him, he might not know of you, but you in the same country, so you can have that connection. Because maybe he can help you or you can help him. That's what we've always been about. And that's going to be the next phase of what this Passport Bro stuff is about. I think really that's where you're going to start seeing some people fall off, because you're not going to be able to move solo forever.
Exactly. You're going to see the unification of the new community. That's what I call it. I call it the new community, because that's what we're heading toward right now. This is the unification of brothers who are valuing themselves, understanding who they are, and they're going overseas for better options and a better way of life. And what we're going to do is that we're going to start to combine our forces and form together like fucking Voltron around this bitch. And then when you see the might of what we create and who we are and what we become, it will make the common norm of the communitas shudder. People will be like, oh my God, that's what y'all did with it. Yes, that's what happens when men travel. Okay. We are out here trying to create a new idea of what it is to be black. We'll keep it at its basis. A new idea of blackness. You don't have to be held to these certain ideals and standards and stuff like this. Okay. I mean, us as black men traveling is yes, we've been doing it for a long time, but now we can declare victory because feminism is dying. The gynocracy is turning over in its grave right now. It is dying. You see how that one feminist failed when she tried to battle Andrew Tate. You see how these men are on plane rides, going over to these countries. Planes full of men are now starting to go into these different countries, different places, not just Colombia, but even Central America and all these other places, finding traditionalism, finding wives. Tell you something, America's killing itself right now because the men, and this is what we call the brain drain, the men who have the means, the resources, and the mind and the will to do so are leaving.
Yes.
They're leaving. They're not dealing with the laws. They're not dealing with the feminism. They're not dealing with the marriage laws. And they're not dealing with the idea that I need to bend my knee to this woman in order to have basic respect. I will not. I say no, and I choose not to. You will not tell us how to be men anymore. This is why, as Passport Bros and men who travel, we can declare victory. We are victorious, which is why you saw on the thumbnail of this right here, this podcast, I used, when Flamengo won the Libertadores, what I'm saying? When they won it back in, 2022, right? When they won it, right? Showing our victory as a representation of how we as men are winning. And it's overseas in different places, right? And it puts pressure on the average American woman to be very mindful of when they want to take advantage of the things that have been given to them in this country, that they are now using as weapons against men, how these women have the nerve and the audacity to use their children against them. The very thing that we are hoping to achieve as far as having a great family and all these other things that we want to be able, have the white picket fence, all sorts of stuff. They are using your dream. They are using the American dream to destroy and crush the hope of the average man who wants a traditional lifestyle with a woman. They are using that to destroy you. So it's not us who killed anything. It's us who found a solution to the problem. So this is why I will not take any lip from any woman who is trying to act like either A, she doesn't know why men are traveling, or B, how women destroyed it. You destroyed it and men are leaving. All right? We're not going for any more of it. Maybe, and some people will say, oh, well, how do you make change? Well, you have to push it up to Congress and get a representative and elect the right president. And the next 50 fucking years, we're not waiting.
Man, look at. Let me tell you something. And this is what, I mean, like I said, I'm not an expert on it. I don't stay that tuned into it because I got other things going on. But I listen to enough people that are in tune to it, and they already know that men are checking out. That's why you see Texas and possibly Florida that are about to drop this no-fault divorce.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they're about to introduce this paternity test at birth.
Ooh, yep, heard that. Mm-hmm.
See, so things are changing because what they realize is if we don't do something about this, then we're going to have a situation on our hands where men are checked out. And they have gone too far with it. And I'm going to tell you another reason why they've gone too far with it. Because of the LMNOP backlash they've been getting.
Exactly.
Now, a lot of people don't draw that comparison, but I'm telling you, that's been building because there has been a constant attack on masculinity. Yes. And when men have had enough, they had enough. And it's kind of like back in the day where your grandfather be sitting over in the corner and everybody raising hell and carrying on and stuff, and he just quiet. And then when he get to the point where he had enough and he stand up and he get that belt, and he wrap it around 2 times around his hand and he start to swinging, then you know he's serious. Sit your ass down, shut your ass up, and behave. Mm-hmm. And that's where we're at. Men in general, black men in particular, have taken that belt off the wall and have wrapped it around their hands. And they have been handing out lashes left and right.
Passports.
Yeah. Some people, it only take 1 lash. Some people have to get what I call a WWA. That's a well whooped ass. And that pertains to black women because they need their ass whooped the most because they got the hardest head.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what you're starting to see. And when you start seeing them talking about changing the laws, the no-fault divorce, changing the paternity, and now you having major businesses that have been pushing this agenda, attacking men, and start voting with your wallet. Now you're starting to see things are going to change. But for us that have already checked out, it's too late.
Too late.
You're not going to get me back to the table because we are too informed.
Talk about it. There is.
I'm not. Yeah. I'm not going back to the table. You know, I have a lot of respect for BGS, and I listen to him a lot. But I differ on going back to the table because even if you go back to the table, I don't have to deal with you because every other group of people are going to have the same problem. He talked about the Hispanic women, white women, Asian women. They have a cultural problem. So when all your men are walking away from you and you have made it open season to date anybody, and they see that black men are available and you can't say nothing, then they're going to start taking the men that are here and working with them. They already know that they are the least chose on the apps.
Yep.
But they're going to continue to double down. So even the brothers that are here, they don't necessarily have to deal with you because Spanish women are going to be looking for cover too.
Yeah.
And just believe they in the gym. White women are going to be looking for cover too. Asian women going to be looking for cover too.
Yeah.
And everything in between. So it's not necessarily about the color of your skin. It's the content of your resources.
Ooh, talk about it. See, that's the thing.
This is what, you know, this is what they're not really talking about. When they're coming back to the table that you coming back to might not be nobody on the side of it. But you might be in a speed dating and the table next to you have the brother talking to Becky or Maylin.
Yeah.
So when people get up, they're not coming to your table. Just because you come back to the table don't mean you eating with somebody. You can still be eating by yourself.
Exactly. Listen, they can go back to the table, but I ain't gonna be there.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the other aspect of it. I'm not gonna be there. I'll get me a dog and die alone before I deal with these chicks here. Now I know that's not gonna happen, but that's what it's coming to. Men have made their mind up and they're not dealing with you. And these chicks thought that they were going to be able to put them in this trance with TNA. Well, sweetheart, you have made it so easy to get, that has no value. Okay, yeah. What else do you bring to the table? And now they get upset about that question because they don't have anything to bring to the table. So what they do is deflect. And you got these simp ass Steve Harvey spewing that same BS, gassing them up. But even that rhetoric, it doesn't work anymore. It doesn't work on us, Steve. So you can take your ass and yuck and do all that other dumb shit that you do, but you don't plan on saving the community by yourself. You can't. So brothers are checked out. Brothers that are traveling are checked out. Some brothers on the fence. The more they travel, the more they experience, the more they're going to be planning to check out.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So yeah. So being at the table, huh?
The thing about the table is this. The table for black women, and they haven't realized this, the table is a lot bigger than it used to be. Even if they come back to it, now, just like you said, you have a lot more women that don't look like you who are now at that same table because, like you said, everybody's ducking for cover. All right? And because now we're in a state of everybody trying to figure out what to do, the economy, this and that, you got to understand, now you're putting black women in a position to where now they have to compete.
Which they don't want to do.
They haven't done for a long time. They don't want to compete. And they think that, if worse comes to shove, I'm just going to have easy access to such and such. No, because now he's red pill. Now he understands his value, which is why these teachings can be so upsetting to a lot of people who are not ready for it, which is why they attack so hard against Andrew Tate, because they know what it means. Because if you go back to that interview and you listen closely, the main point of her arguments was based around ethics or morals, which are things that you can't account for when you deal with. You can't call out his ethics or his morals necessarily. That ethics and morals, that's not against the law. Everything that was legal that she tried to come at him with, he dismissed it and smacked it away within the first 2 minutes of the conversation. Everything else was, Andrew, don't you feel that it's wrong that you have school children who are now saying that you are the head of the rape culture? And then Tate was just like, did I say that? I'm not saying that. Did I say that? I'm not saying that. And she couldn't, there was nothing that she could do to really try to get at him about that, because she was trying to affect Tate in an emotional way. And that's where she fucked up, because Tate is just like, I ain't giving you nothing. You want me to feel sorry? You want me to kowtow to you? You want me, someone who is who I am and someone who you are, a reporter, to make me feel like I'm wrong. Understand, feminists will use the same tactics anywhere. Shame, guilt, insults, and the need to be right is exactly what she was trying to do to Tate, and Tate was not going for it, which is why so many men recognize that in that interview, he set the tone on every level. He said, first of all, I let you into my house to give you this interview that everybody wants as a gift. He said, we are equals. You will not demand questions out of me. If I want to ask you questions back, I will. He said, you will not come in here and think that I need to kneel to you. I did you a favor. You got respect coming into my house. And he set that tone and he held it the whole time throughout the interview, which is why by the end of it, she was so exhausted, she couldn't even say anything. When he said, thanks, I had a great time, she couldn't even speak to him. She was disgusted. And that frustration right there is a microcosm of the macrocosm of what it is to see the destruction of feminism and the rise of men who value themselves, which is why passport bros and men who travel can claim victory. This is why it is such a joyous moment right now to be a man who realizes his value, realizes who he is, and understands his best options. This is why now is a time for celebration if you are a man who recognizes who he is and his value. And the videos I've demonstrated tonight are clear-cut examples of what it looks like to celebrate and be celebrated. Did you see the smile on his brother's face in his video? You see the smile on their face in this video. That is winning. All the examples that I've shown tonight is brothers smiling with other races of women and other races and other people, being a part of their culture. Look, Haha Sammy doesn't have a camera up their ass. He's not in a club. He's out here talking to them in their language. He's probably getting more play than he ever would The chick in the blue said, "Oh, how about you hook up with my friend tonight?" You know what I'm saying? And he didn't do nothing extra. He's just being him. Look at the smiles.
Man, you going off on a different tangent. You going on for the tangent because now you're talking about the quality of the men that are calling themselves passport bros. See, now you're going on a different tangent. See, this is another thing doesn't get discussed. The caliber of men that are claiming to be passport bros, blue blood gentlemen and stuff. Some of y'all ain't blue blood gentlemen. Some of y'all is, and I hate using the term Pookie and Ray Ray. I just like to say ain't shit Negroes.
You just like to cut straight to it and say, no, this is ain't shit Negroes.
Yeah. Because the way you carry yourself is gonna show people the content of your character, the way you interact with these people. And like, these videos are a microcosm of men that are traveling that really understand how to move and integrate and be humble in situations. And you're right. And the other thing I want to point out too, when that woman said Americans, they act entitled, she really wanted to say some of them ABWs. Well, women in general. Women in general seem to carry that sentiment everywhere they go. I'm an American woman. I'm blah 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 blah, and they get their feelings hurt. I've seen it in Brazil. I've seen it in South Africa, and I've seen it in Thailand. So you have to look at people and interact with them and say, I want to leave a good impression, and it's not that hard to leave a good impression. But at the same time, the other aspect of it is a lot of brothers have PTSD and they think traveling is going to solve it, which it will solve some of it. But you need to be with somebody that can walk you through the process, because there is some healing that needs to be done. And a lot of guys don't understand that. And they take that dysfunction with them and they act that way. That's why they're in Colombia throwing money up in the air, because nobody has set their asses down and told them don't do that dumb shit.
Exactly.
So they carry that dysfunction with them, not knowing that that's a sign of disrespect, or to be humble and be appreciative in a culture, because they had to let you into that country. The same way they let you in, they can kick your monkey ass right the fuck back out. Excuse me, right back out.
Talk that talk.
Yeah, so these are things that you have to take in consideration, because I've seen in some of these countries, they put your ass out. Matter of fact, when we were in Thailand, there was a person of Caucasian persuasion that got into it with a local while we were out there dining at the local establishment. And when he took it too far and got physical, an altercation ensued. And guess what? Them locals jumped on that man and whooped his ass.
I bet they did, as they should.
He got his ass whooped, and they had to call the ambulance services because they thought he was dead, and they beat him right in the middle of the street, and didn't nobody come to his aid.
Exactly.
And and you know what? I just took my drink, and we was over there chilling. I was like, that's what them Caucasians, they like to be entitled sometimes, and they think that they run stuff in somebody's country. And well, the old saying go, fuck around, you gonna find out. And he found out. He found out.
0.5 on the Richter scale, then he fucking jumped up to a 9.
Hey, look. When keeping it real go wrong way, shit, it went all the way wrong that night. So
finding out goes wrong. Motherfucker, you fucked around.
Yeah, most definitely. But
that is ass drug. You know what I'm saying? And those are the type of things that are gonna. Those are the type of things that you have to respect about the culture. You also touched on, men who go over here need to be in some ways at peace, because you'll be tested in certain ways. And if you are not on cover, if you're not on a hole with yourself about certain things, especially like if you have a drinking problem or whatever the case, if you haven't really squared
Yes.
that circle yet, and
Don't
you get out
don't
there
travel.
and you got other brothers around you, we will see your demons. We've seen it before. Some brothers get down there and then it's just, you know what I'm saying, and then all of a sudden, you know, you passed out somewhere and we trying to drag you out. We're like, bro, what? You all right? Yes? No, man, I'm just, where am I at? You're like, oh, hell, all right, well. You know, and so these are the type of things that traveling won't necessarily, it ain't going to save you from. It's just, your character is just going to come out in different ways. But the thing is, what I like to tell people is the demons that you don't deal with will find other ways to leak out. This is why I'm not saying that you need to be a perfect person, but you need to have certain things under control as far as understanding that, listen, somebody who has it under control is somebody who says, no, guys, I have a 2-drink limit. I can't drink anymore tonight because I know how I get. So I'll just have water for the rest of the night, guys. Appreciate it, but party on. I'm just going to have my 2 drinks and I'm good. That is the example of somebody who knows how to function and has control over their vices and understands what it means to say, I'm not going to get out here and show my ass. You know, I'm cognizant. I'm aware of where I'm at. I'm a different country. You know, let me keep my shit together. 2 drinks, I'm good. That's it. That's all I need. I don't need to be pissy, blackout, drunk in the streets and all this other shit. Because going overseas is the last place you want to be doing that. You know what I mean? Like, some countries are better than others. Some countries are better than others. But there are some places where you might wind up in the jungle and you fell asleep in the club. Like, you know, and you're missing your pancreas or something. You know what I mean? You're missing something. You're stitched up and all of a sudden you're lighter. You know what I mean? You're missing a liver or something. So, you know. So, I mean, you definitely want to make sure you are on one accord. Also, there was a question in the chat. The brother LXST said, what are some of the prerequisites to get into BMO? He's interested in potentially joining the group. What would you tell him?
Man, I would just say, look, check us out on Facebook. You can go to our YouTube channel, and all the links to our groups and social media is there. You can click on the link, just answer the questions, and then just kind of watch, because we're very particular about what we post and what we celebrate. If you're looking there just to see a bunch of TNA being on display and worried about who's doing what with this chick on that yacht and all this other stuff, we're not for you. Now, if you want somebody to help you mentor, because you said you were younger, you want brothers to give you mentorship in your travel, then I say we're for you, because we have a lot of people that have the background that are going to push you in the right direction. We're not perfect, but we strive for excellence. And we are here to distinguish ourselves from a lot of the others, because we consider ourselves a legacy group. You know, our founder, Charles Tyler, I mean, he started his group in 2014. So we've been around for a minute. This is not just Johnny come lately for us. As an organized group, we've been doing it for 9 years now. Next year will be 10 years for us. So just come in, join, answer the questions, and sit back, introduce yourself, and just listen to the brothers that actually want to contribute. Because we got a lot of guys in the group that do contribute. If you ask the right questions, or if you're wanting to do something, but if you just come in the group and you talking about where the white women at, or where the black women at, or where the Boonda at, and like, bro, you gonna get kicked out with the quickness and blocked like Matumbo. Trust me.
Hard block.
With the hard block. With the hard block. So yeah.
But like I said, this is a celebration. And I want Black men to understand what it is to celebrate a victory when you actually have a victory. Feminism can't stop you, neither can the gynocracy. Okay, for those of you who have been fighting this battle for a long time, you didn't even know you was fighting the battle. You were dealing with that woman in that marriage, when you were dealing with child support, when you were dealing with these women making you feel like you were educated lame, and you know all the things that you've been through, and you know whatever, and then you found solace in going to a different country, and then you found an example of what it looks like when you go over here. And in the examples I've shown you tonight, this should make you strive to want to be more, to see somebody that looks like you, speaking 8 languages, in some places you didn't even know existed. How many brothers you walking around see speaking Croatian? Like in the reaction, like that one that white chick was solid. Like I ain't gonna lie, she was solid. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden when he flipped it on her, and when he flipped it on her, he started speaking Croatian. It was over. It was flat over. I'm gonna go right to it. There we go, because I know exactly where it is. Boom. We ain't playing no games. Hold on, let me show it. Boom. We ain't playing no games. When brother started flipping it to her in Croatian, okay, that should be motivation. Right now, for y'all to understand how real it is and opportunity that's involved. There are places, there are things you can set up to really try to learn and master these languages. Well, you want to dip yourself in the language. You want to get full of it. You want to absorb the content. Like I told people, it's so easy to do it. Like things that you do commonly. If you listen to a lot of audiobooks, like I listen to audiobooks when I do my walks during the day, listen to that in a different language. If you are someone who likes to, like I said before, I mentioned either comic books or manga, if you're in anime or even your anime, whatever, it's so easy to just flip that over into the language you're trying to learn. Bury yourself into it, get used to it, understand the sound, the tones, start speaking the basics. Then get online if you don't have anybody near you and start getting on these sites where you can just talk to people. Even the brother right here, he has on his videos where he's just literally up on the website and just talking to people in the language and the reactions that he gets. Matter of fact, one of his most recent videos is a crazy reaction he got from a European girl when he started speaking to them in their language. Like, they was on some wild stuff. But I think it's Omegle. I think that's how you say it. Omegle. I think that's it. It's one of those places where you can just kind of go in there and just talk to people in different languages. But I mean, that is, and this should be motivation. This should be motivation. Matter of fact, it's one of the high points of the video. Like, brother come in talking to this chick, he's just asking her questions, and then the reaction. The reaction, cuz. That's what I'm saying, dog. Like, that right there is just like, wait a minute. You went from an 8 to a 10.5. Like, what is your name? Like, you know what I'm saying? That is called demonstrating your value. Okay? These are the type of things that separate you. And a lot of brothers think that, in order to get this, I need to wear the freshest pair of Jordans. I'll tell you something. When you start leveling yourself up, this is leveling up for men. When you start leveling yourself up, you start valuing yourself. You start pulling stuff off like this, bro. That look in her eyes, her whole face. People who know body language, her whole face is smiling. Her whole body is smiling because.
Oh yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You speak Croatian. Like, this is new to me. You're a legendary creature, and you are. And you should strive to be a legendary creature. You should strive to be your highest value self. This is what Kevin talked about, high value. All right? That's an example of it right there.
That's definitely that.
Definitely that. So
definitely
once again, this has been a celebration of the conquest of passport bros and travel men and black men who travel, and showing black male dominance and what it looks like when we value ourselves. And this is victory. This is us being champions across the world. This is what it looks like in examples like this. All right. So, Brother Eric, we're going to go ahead and do final thoughts and go ahead and start to wrap it up, slow things down. And what are some important thoughts you have for the people tonight?
Man, I mean, I think we talked about most of it, but I think the big thing is understand what you've been told in the Matrix is a lie. The one thing I will say, the self-improvement part is vital, and that can be not just financially, but mentally as well. And as you can see, these brothers, they took the time to learn the language, and that's part of self-improvement. People think self-improvement is just going to the gym and you just work out or whatnot, or like you say, I got the best Jordans on. No, you could have a nice suit on, or sports jacket, blazer, whatnot, handkerchief. You got that game going with the hard bottoms, or you able to speak the language, or even knowing something about their culture, their history, because I've seen, you know, we have a brother in our group, Shane, and I'm telling you right now, there's places where we've gone with him and he's speaking to them about their culture, and they're like, wow, you an American and you know about that? He's like, yeah. So there are different ways to make yourself more valuable, but understand that it is a process. And I have heard brothers say, yeah, I can come down here and I can look a certain kind of way, and that's true. But for us over here on this side of the game, we want to get the best. So that means you want to be on a higher level. And that means not just financially, but mentally, emotionally, physically, and whatever your strategy is, you want to be the best version of yourself. So take heed to what that is for you. Maybe you don't speak 100 languages. Maybe you just speak one more, but one more is still one more, and still is going to give you a difference from anybody else. Because him being black and speaking Croatian, I'm in amazement, because Croatian is not a language that most people learn to speak. And that's another reason why she's so excited, because he's an anomaly that's speaking her language. So she's excited about that.
Yeah.
You know, and just, you know, and just, you know, keep listening to brothers that are putting out a positive message. Like I said, I listen a lot to Pablo. If you're still watching, you know, I put him on the background. And I'm gonna be honest with you, we don't really listen. I don't really listen to a lot of people, because I think some of the messages out here are convoluted with what we're trying to do as black men that are exploring our options and whatnot. But just be mindful of that and get with the right people to put you in the right direction. Don't listen to anybody and everybody, because it's a lot of guys out here that are just selling you a dream and a rap video, and they don't have any substance. So that's all I really got for you, Chris, tonight.
Yeah, man. Well, hey, once again, I appreciate you coming through and helping me deliver the sermon tonight. You know, Reverend Deacon, you know, pastor, you know what I'm saying, coming on in. Pastor coming through. You know, I appreciate you, you know what I'm saying, coming through, man. And, you know, and I like to be able to give gifts to the people, you know what I mean? And we got brothers in the chat saying thank you and this and that. And this is why I like doing this part of the grind right here. Is, you know, I'm not really caring about, you know, running up a bunch of numbers and stuff like this. I want to talk about things, and I want to give gifts to the people, to the brothers and the men who need it. You know, these are the type of things, and you giving your information, and, you know, we're able to talk about it and show the world and show these brothers what it looks like to win. A lot of brothers don't even know what winning looks like. You know, stuff like they haven't been motivated. They don't have the motivation. Okay, that's why they want to stay in the hood, and that's why they don't care about, because they're not motivated. You know what I'm saying? I had one brother tell me, and this is just a side note, that he thought it was normal that the average brothers who are young, their first times getting down with a female when they're like hella young, his mindset was to think that the average brother is going in one unprotected and shooting up the club on average. And that's what most guys are doing the first time they're getting out here with females. I said, my brother, you are lost in that mindset. And that is a shame. And I don't entirely blame him. And I said, wow, how far we have fallen to where somebody can have a conversation with me and in clear, coherent thought think that most men are out here, one, young,
shooting up the club,
unprotected, and shooting up the club as a default modus operandi of how they move their first time really getting down with girls when they're young. And I'm like, to even think that that is a common thought and not see all the pitfalls and dangers, which I did sit up and me and have a long discussion about it, to even have that thought process, it attributes more to the downfall of the community. It's sad, but it's true. And he wasn't lying. He really thought that. And I was just like, oh my, and this wasn't no young cat. He's my age. Well, young, you know, contextually 35, but he's my age. And I'm just like, family, are you serious? You really believe that to be true? Most men are out here, especially the young ones, when they're first getting, you know, when they're virgins, basically. The young man is out here unprotected, shooting up the club, not pulling out, and just not giving a damn. I said, maybe the average nigga who don't care about his future or his life. Are you crazy? And well, his point was to try to say that, well, you know, they just don't care at that point and they can't, you know, pull out because it's not controllable or whatever the case. And just his reasonings were just not on par with actual real coherent thought about, okay, that's dumb. Right. You can try to fight your way out of that paper bag, but it ain't happening. All right. That was silly what you said. But that's just a microcosm of the macrocosm of how some men are really out here moving in their thought process. And to me, it's sad because it really does show that it will only be a brave 300 who understand what it means to get a look from a woman like what you see on your screen right now. A look from a woman that doesn't look like you, by the way.
Right. Exactly.
Won't understand what it means, because me and him also had a conversation about what it means to get genuine desire, right? You get a look like that, bro, you're not, no, fam. Do I need to go into it? She's ready.
Yeah.
Ready.
No, you don't have to go into it. Yeah.
That's all. So, but like I said, Brother Eric, you know, Reverend Visiting Assistant Pastor, I appreciate you coming through, man.
Yeah, I'm at your church tonight.
Man. Oh, we had church.
Yeah, we have your church tonight. Yeah.
But like I said, brother, I appreciate you coming through on this one, man. If that's all, if you're good, I'm gonna go ahead and let you down, man.
All right, man. I appreciate it, man.
Also, before you go, Sunday show on Black Man Option.
Yes, Sunday show. Al Greaves has got an announcement he wants to make, so that show is basically dedicated to him.
Okay. All right. Well, y'all heard it. Head on over to the Black Man's Option YouTube channel. We will be going live tomorrow. Come join us. Everybody in the chat, come join us. We will be going live tomorrow about 8-9. What time?
About 8:35.
8:35. All right.
Yeah.
Well, once again, there it is. Appreciate you for coming up, brother. And I'll see you tomorrow on the Black Man's Option channel.
All right, man. Appreciate it, man.
All right, brother. Appreciate it. All right. And with that being said, you know, I appreciate all y'all for joining tonight, man. It's been a great show. Once again, this was something that I feel like we need to discuss more, is us claiming our victories when we have them. This is what winning looks like. Okay? This is what winning, look at her face. Look at her face. I don't give a damn if you like white women or not. She's attractive. And the way she's looking at him, come on, family. Like, she wants to know everything about this man. He has gotten 10 times more interesting because he's speaking her language. He's speaking Croatian. Okay. And I want to give you all this as well. One of the key major things about speaking their language, not only does it demonstrate everything I've already talked about tonight ad nauseum, but it also says, because mind you this, when I was in El Paso, one of the big things that I always heard a lot of the Latinas say was they would love it for a black man to speak Spanish, because now they always said, and for those of you who dated Latinas, you know this, they would always say it, they want to bring home a man that can speak to their grandma. They would say that all the time. They want a man that they can bring home that their grandma would understand and have conversations with their grandma, which shows you how much of you being a part of their family, their culture, because that is one thing I think that drives black men to the Latin culture, is that we can look over there and see that they have a stronger community or mindset of traditionalism. We'll put it that way. They have a stronger mindset of traditionalism than what is seen over in the black community. And I think there's a lot of black men who strive and opine for that big family that a lot of people have in the Latin community. They stick together, okay? Families. You can't tell me that any of y'all who live up the Eastern Seaboard have not noticed that when these Latino brothers come to do your shingles, it's a whole family of them. You can't tell me that you haven't noticed that. They move, they stick together. All right, they have a strong understanding of what it is to have Latino pride, and I think that as Black men, we can admit that some type of ways we kind of want we would like to have that as well. Okay, we can freely admit it. Okay, and that is one part of what drives a lot of Black men to Latin women, is because it's a mix of how they are. They move a little different. Their culture's a little different. They understand more of the ideas of the masculine and feminine principles and things like this. So, you know, the way that they communicate and the way that they kind of carry themselves is something that is very alluring to Black men, us particular. And Black women like to think that, oh, y'all just like them wet and wavy. Y'all just like her hair. And, oh, it's because she's lighter skin. And I'm just like, that is so far away. It doesn't even make sense, because just think about the Black men who like Afro Latinas. Okay, so your point doesn't hold any ground even there. All right, so that is one of the biggest things. All right, that I want brothers to take home tonight. Like I said, I gave y'all gifts. I broke it down on how to learn languages and be ingratiated in that culture. You don't have to speak 10 languages. You don't have to speak 8 languages like I've shown you with the polyglots tonight. Okay? I strive to, I want to learn at least about 5 languages. But at the end of the day, Black man, pick one place, one culture, in one language, and learn it. Go hard. At least one more, just to show that you can demonstrate a higher level of value, intellect. Okay? At least one place. Don't think you can't do it. I've given you tips. I've written it down. I've shown you. I've told you like steps, literal steps that you could take. All right. Make your habits. Make habits that you do every day, family. Stick with it. Learn that language. Get with it. You can do it. Okay. You can do it. And the brothers that you've seen tonight are a testament to the power. This picture you see right now on the screen is a testament to what it looks like for Black men to be winning out here in these streets. Don't think it ain't possible, family. All right. So I want to thank everybody for showing up tonight. Y'all hit the like button. Hit the like, hit the like, hit the like. Likes are free. That's all I ask. Likes are free. Hit the like button, man. Shout out to everybody who is also in the comment section, keeping it going. LSST, once again. I had a couple of fellas around. Fellas tell me about, oh yeah, you talking about that. Yeah. Peace, Simeon Toko. Appreciate your family. Yeah, that is the link for the Black Man's Options channel, which we will be on tomorrow. Tomorrow on Sunday, guys. Go over there. Me and the group, we're going to be going over stuff. And Coach Grease, we call him Coach Grease, Al Grease. Okay. The director, author, creator, you know, the magic man behind the Frustrated 3 series, behind all the Frustrated series, and most recently Frustrated 3, which I am also in. Okay, so y'all go ahead and get your hands on Frustrated 3, which I think it's on Vimeo, I want to say. I'll get links and all that stuff for you guys to go watch Frustrated 3 if you'd like to get your hands on that. Where me, the brother Eric Prez, you know, a lot of other brothers are in it. Hell Kosher's in it. El Wapo's in it. A lot of brothers are in Frustrated 3, guys, in case you didn't know. A lot of your travel passport brothers are in Frustrated 3. Go watch that joint if you have not seen it yet. Again, yes, the link is in here in the chat. Let's see. A man that can speak to an abuela. Actually, yeah, to go back. A man that can speak to an abuela. I was going to say that, you know, abuela. That goes a long way. If you can speak and really get in with her family, I'm telling you, bro, you talking about being in the door. You're going to have to fight her off of you. Going down through all the chats. I've heard two for Abuela and Poppy likes you. You're in. Oh, yeah. You're definitely in. Definitely in. If you can speak, if you really like Latinas, if you really like that, I'm telling you, before I end, if you are really into Latinas, if you're really into the Latin culture, prove it. Fucking prove it. All right? Don't get hung up on, oh, because I'm Black, they won't like me. Because I have locks, they won't like me. No. Speak Spanish and show value. show her little cousin that you can teach him about crypto in Spanish. You want to talk about being in the family? Bruh, it might take an act of God to get her off you because you're going to be in there, son. So, again, just a little bit of a tip of advice, brothers. All right. Let's see what we got. Just want to go through all the chat comments real quick. Thank you, brother. Thank you, LXST. Thank you for supporting the family. And let's see what we got left. Great show. Good night, gentlemen. Yeah. Good night, everybody. So, yeah, like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Hit the like, hit the like, hit the like. And let me see. I'll write this down right here. And we moved on. And like I said, family, appreciate y'all for joining. With that being said, I'm going to get out of here. I'm out, y'all. Peace.